Welcome to the Samwell B12 experience,
where we have you covered for all the NHL action, play-by-play, news, and more. Make sure to subscribe today.
Watching Samwell experience.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in, hockey fans. It is time to go again. 4 nights in a row. This time it's the Leafs and the Ducks, and we are fired up. Big win last night, and we're looking to double it up again. Took down the Kings. Now it's time to dethrone the Ducks. The Ducks having a tough season, and we're going to take total advantage of it. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining us. As you are coming in, boop that like button, smash that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, all that good stuff, and follow along. K-Bop, what's going on? Beck's in the house. What's up, Beck's? Big time Beck's. Go Leafs go. Onyx, how's it going? Welcome in. Richard, what's going on? Welcome in. I am great, thank you. Hope you're doing well. Joanna, how's it going? Welcome in. Mr. Ben, what's up? Len, how's it going? Joshua, welcome. Scott, time to go up 3 on Florida. That's right. Montreal taking down the Panthers today. That was a big one. Phil, hope you're doing well. Dan, what's up? Welcome in. Been waiting for the power to come on. Been out since 2 a.m. Dan, I'm so sorry to hear. Everybody who's been impacted by these ice storms, I hope you're doing all right. I know it was pretty gnarly up north, so please take care. Rob, how's it going? Welcome in. Hoping Toronto gets that W tonight. Absolutely. Morgan, what's going on? Welcome in. Daniel Barry, good to see you. Alan, hello there. Thomas calling it 4-1. Arissies, what's up, buddy? Welcome in. True North, same to you. I hope you're doing all right. I know those ice storms were absolutely brutal. Jonathan, what's going on? Billy, hello there. Welcome in. Andrew, Wayne, how's it going? Travis, coming back in. Good to see you, Travis. Welcome in, everyone. Love the Leafs. Awesome, Bex. That's good. I'm so happy. We got a lot of folks from across the pond, so you are certainly not alone. Burdette, how's it going? Welcome in. We are doing fantastic. Time to go duck hunting. Pull out those old Nintendo Entertainment Systems. Pull out those light guns. Quack, 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 quack. Pachoo! Watch out for the little laughing dog, though. Hated that guy. Theo, Sam Eagle, how's it going? Good to see ya. Mega, what's shaking? What are we going to do after hockey season? We're going to get more and more hockey season. Hockey season is all year round. No, we're going to have a great time this summer. We're going to talk about that coming up in a little while. But let's jump into the lineups. Let's break it all down. Who won between the Habs and the Panthers? It was Montreal. Montreal won that game, and it was an absolute big one. So they're in right now. They're hanging on to that last wild card spot. And, of course, Toronto sitting pretty atop the Atlantic Division, looking to put more points on the board. All right, so here is who's playing. If you saw our video earlier today, you already know. But if you haven't, we're going to let you know. Cheeto, what's going on? It's me, Touch. How do you feel about your second team Panthers dropping 2 versus Montreal? Oh, Cheeto, it hurts. It hurts. But listen, I'm happy. I'm happy because it gives the Leafs a chance to extend their lead. It puts Montreal in the playoffs. So, hey, sometimes good things happen when a team takes the L. But listen, they're going to play each other again on Tuesday. That's going to be a big one. Okay, here we go. For the Maple Leafs tonight, Matty Nye is going to be with Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner. Our new favorite, Big Mac Attack, Bobby McMahon, he's going to be with John Tavares and William Nylander. We got Pontus Holmberg slotting in yet again, going to be with Max Domi and Scott Lawton. Steven Lorentz with David Kempf and Kali Yarncroc. Now, this is a little controversial because Nick Robertson has a great history scoring against the Ducks. So it's interesting to see they didn't swap Robbie and Homie Holmberg. But hey, that's all right. Holmberg has been playing okay. On the D side, Morgan Riley is going to be with Brendan Carlo. Jake McCabe and Chris Tanev, they're going to be paired up yet again. And then Benoit and Ekman Larson going to tango tonight. Now, again, I kind of would have liked to give Benoit the night off. I want to see Philip Myers get back in there. I really like Myers. I like what he brings to the table, but he needs a little more PT, a little more playing time. Starting in net tonight, hey, Ashton, what's going on? Starting in net tonight, it's going to be Joseph Woll. The Waller is going to get the task, going to get a little bounce back game. Didn't have a great performance a couple of nights ago, but looking for redemption. Davey boy, how's it going? Busy sports weekend? Absolutely. John, how's it going? Welcome in. Good to see you as well. Okay, Stanley Cup. Oh, Bex, yes. Yes, and we got it right down here. We're getting all set with 8 games to go. We're getting set. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. We're getting set. We're going to be talking about that coming up a little bit later on. All right, let's flip gears over to those pesky Ducks. For the Ducks, they're going with Carter Gother, Leo Carlson, and Alex Killorn. We got Frank Vetrano with Ryan Strome and Troy Terry. Trevor Zegras is going to be with Mason McTavish and Sam Colangelo. We got Jansen Harkins with Isaac Lundstrom and Nikita Nestorenko. And then on the D side, Lacombe and Rakud Gudos. I hope somebody punishes Gudos tonight. I hope someone teaches him a real lesson. Owen Zellweger is going to be with Jacob Trouba. And then Mintikov going to be with Drew Hellison. And Gibby getting the start. John Gibson in net here for the Ducks. So should be a good one here tonight. Onyx, I wish. Not surprised that Robertson has been sad again. He's been brutal. He was brutal. He was, but he has such a good history against this team. But hey, it is what it is. And the Leafs, they're going to look to put the puck in the net big time tonight. I'm expecting this to be a high-scoring game. Let's look at how these two teams compare. We'll start with the netminders. Joseph Woll at 24-13-1. He's got a 2.8 goals against, a .905 save percentage, only one shutout on the year. Gibby, he's 11-10-2 with a 2.72 goals against and a .913 save percentage. No shutouts from him. On the power play, Toronto has now climbed up to 5th overall in the National Hockey League. 32nd overall are the Ducks. On the penalty kill, the Leafs are 16th. The Ducks are 28th. There it is, Onyx dropping our wall emoji. Love it. In the face-offs, Toronto number 2, 53.8%. Ducks 32nd. Goals for, Toronto is 7th. Ducks are 25th. Goals against, Toronto is 16th. Ducks are 21st. In the last 10 games, Toronto is 6-3-1. The Ducks are 5-4-1. The Ducks 2 victories over the Rangers and the Boston Bruins. Toronto coming off that win over the Kings. Matt, what's going on? Welcome in. Absolutely, they are. It was a nice thing to see. Nice they did for us. Now, a couple hot players to watch right now over the last 5 games. Ex-captain John Tavares, he's got 12 points. 12 points in his last 5 games, 8 of those being goals, which is absolutely incredible. Mitch Marner, he's got 6 assists in his last 5. For the Ducks, Leo Carlson, he's got 8 points in his last 5 games, 5 of those being goals, and Jackson Lacombe, 4 assists in his last 5 games. Now, going into tonight, John Tavares leads all players this month with 13 goals and can join Austin Matthews and Wendell Clark as the 3rd Maple Leafs player over the last 40 years to record 14 goals in a single calendar month. So let's go, JT. B Disney, what's going on? Welcome in, Luna. Yeah, Jays pull out the W as well. It's a decent night all the way around. Leo Carlson for the Ducks can become the fourth Ducks player aged 20 or younger to record multiple points in 3 straight games. The other players are Paul Correa, Ryan Getzlaff, and Trevor Zegras. So some good company there for Leo Carlson if he can pull it out. Carson, what's going on? Welcome to the party. Good to see you all. Thank you all for being here. Keep it up, smashing those likes. Really do appreciate it. This is going to be a big one. The Maple Leafs won the first meeting this year back in December, 3-2. I expect this is going to be a much, much bigger win. I'm expecting the Leafs to put kind of 4 or 5 up on the board tonight. That's kind of where my thought process is sitting right now. Of course, Toronto is sitting at 92 points, top in the Atlantic Division, just over Tampa and the Florida Panthers. Washington, even though they got beat today, they're atop the Metro with 103 points. Alex Ovechkin scoring yet again. He is 5 goals away from breaking the record. So Ovi is 5 goals away. They've got 9 games remaining. So it's going to be close, but hey, can Ovi score 5 goals in 9 games? Yeah, I think so. I think he can do it. And am I happy about it? No, but I wanted Gretzky to keep it. But hey, it is what it is. Always nice to see a record being broken. Ottawa hanging on to the top wild card spot. 83 points for them. Montreal, 77 points. They are tied with the Rangers, but they have the tie break, so they're in right now. Columbus back at 75 points. On the western side, Winnipeg tops the Central at 106 points. Dallas at 100 points. Over on the Pacific, Vegas at 98 points. They have top spot there. The Los Angeles Kings and the Edmonton Oilers are tied together at 89 points. However, LA has the tie break there, so they sit in second. Edmonton is in third. Minnesota and St. Louis tied in the wild card, so they take 1-2. Vancouver and Calgary very quickly falling out of it to 80 and 81 points. So they're going to need to start putting things together very quickly. I think time is going to run out as they have 10 games left for Calgary and only, 8 games left for Vancouver. They're going to run out of time. I don't think they're going to make it, which is very unfortunate, very disappointing. Hey, Jeff, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome to the party. So that's where things currently sit with the standings. Of course, we're going to be scoreboard watching all night long. There's only a couple of games that will still be in progress tonight. The finals from this afternoon, 4-2 Canadians over the Panthers. That is such a big win. If those two teams play each other again in Montreal come Tuesday night, we may need to do a little stream for that one. We'll see. The Sabres 8-5 over the Capitals. The Jets 3-1 over the Canucks. Canucks again losing out on some very important points. Utah 5-2 over Chicago. In a bizarre game, the Pittsburgh Penguins beat the Ottawa Senators 1-0. This game was 0-0 going into overtime, and it's Captain Canada, Sidney Crosby, with the overtime goal to have the Pittsburgh beat the Senators 1-0. The Hurricanes beat up on the Islanders 6-4. So we got this game here tonight. And then later on, it's going to be the Sharks and the Kings. Crosby going to beat a Gretzky record. Thomas, he did the most consecutive, most consecutive point per game average for 20 straight years. So Crosby, 20 straight years with a point per game or higher average, which is pretty darn amazing when you consider it. Now, Crosby had a couple of years there with concussion. He was kind of knocked out of it, so he came back and has still been playing amazing hockey. Imagine if he didn't suffer those concussion setbacks, what Crosby would have been doing. Ivan, how's it going? Welcome in. I'm watching it on Sportsnet Ontario. Sportsnet Ontario is where I have it dialed in, but welcome in. Hopefully you get it and you can listen along with us while you watch the game. So it's now past the 8 o'clock hour. We're watching for them to come onto the ice. We're watching to get this game going. This is going to be a huge one, though. This is going to be huge. This is going to start the final stretch for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Not many games left to go, but they need to pull things together and pull together fast. What's up, William? Welcome in. For the Maple Leafs, here's how their schedule plays out for the rest of the season, just so you know what's coming. On Wednesday, it's the Maple Leafs and the Florida Panthers. Very important matchup here because regardless what happened with Montreal today, regardless what happens on Tuesday, Florida and Montreal, they then come to Toronto Wednesday night and play the Maple Leafs. So big 2 points on the line there. Toronto then hosts the Columbus Blue Jackets next Saturday, April 5th. And then the following Tuesday, April 8th, they go to Florida again, another game against the Florida Panthers. So we got 4 points on the line with the Florida Panthers over the next 2 weeks. And then on Wednesday, it's back-to-back, Tuesday, Wednesday. It is the Maple Leafs and the Tampa Bay Lightning. They are going at it there. So a couple of big games there. Toronto closes their last 4. The Montreal Canadiens coming to town April 12th. Montreal might need 2 points in that one. Leafs in Carolina on April 13th, so another back-to-back. Then they finish it off with the Buffalo Sabres and the Detroit Red Wings. So they got an interesting stretch, but 2 games where they can kind of chill a little bit on the conclusion of the season. But big games, 2 against Florida, 1 against Tampa Bay, Montreal, and Carolina. Those are going to be absolutely massive. Lots of points on the line. Hey, Endgame, what's going on? Welcome in. Sean, how's it going? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Leafs game is blacked out in Eastern Ontario. Oh, Joshua, that sucks. Well, hey, that's what we are here to do. We will bring you the best coverage that we can. Zoran, how's it going? Welcome in. Welcome everybody on Twitch. Welcome everybody on the talk. They're putting the lights down. They're getting set. So let's switch over, get ourselves ready to rock and roll. You know the drill. Time to rise. Remove your hats.
And our armed forces around
And
the
here we
world.
go.
Please welcome Tim Kepler with the singing of the Canadian National Anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
So I didn't realize national anthems were open for tune interpretations, and they were allowed to make it up as they go. Good voice. Not a fan of the originality there.
The American National Anthem.
Welcome in, George. Various, welcome in. Rob, good to see you. Charlie, hello there.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous
All right. Well, that was interesting, but all right, there you go. Respect for doing it in front of a crowd. I hope they didn't skip rehearsal. But welcome in, Lizard. How's it going? Danny T in the house. Good to see you. Yeah, Scott. Siver, what's up? Welcome in, Alexis. Good to see you. Welcome to the party. Would like to sleep. Welcome in, everybody, as you are coming in. Rob, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for everything. We've got a couple of Robs over in the chat. Thanks to you both. Thanks, everybody. Again, smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's go. And then all of a sudden, we do have a goalie change. Luka Dostal is going to become the #1 goalie tonight. He was not supposed to be the starter, but Luka Dostal is in between the pipes here for the Ducks. What happened to Gibber? What happened to the Gibber? Sam, yeah, I'm going to give them the singing lessons. All right, so we are set to go. You will notice this over here in the middle. This is way ahead of the feed. It's a delayed feed coming in tonight. We're going to make the best of it, and here we go. Puck is dropped. We are underway. Game on, as they say. Matthews, Nyes, Marner going to start this one. Here they come right away. A shot, and that one didn't miss by much. Blended, what's going on? Dostal has played well. He has. This around in the corner. Ducks trying to flip it out. It's also a very high kind of perched camera angle here. You're looking more down on the ice. Nyes in the corner. He's with this. Hasn't knocked off his stick, and the Ducks going to move it out. The Ducks fly together, and here they come up the ice, and that's taken away as Toronto shuts that one down. And is it just me? Like, I feel this camera angle is like 8 miles away from the ice surface. Anaheim going to play this around behind the Leaf net. Picked up here. Terry with it in the corner. Down to the point, and here's a shot. Mintikov putting it towards the net. It comes in the slot again, and Terry with an opportunity. Again, it comes to the front of the net, but Toronto is there. They're digging for it. This going in the side. Strome back to the point. Cross ice. Here's a shot. It's sitting in the slot. Toronto going to fish it away up to Nylander. Big Willie Styles is going to play this one ahead to JT. Tavares flipping it in the corner. Nylander going in after it with a little bit of a bump. Bobby McMahon on the boards. Getting his skate in there, trying to dig this one free. Little Champ, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. Beverly, how's it going? Good to see you. I hope you're having a good day today. This down around. Here's Domi. Max feathering it across a little too high. Knocked down by the Ducks. And they're going to flip this high in the air as Zegras getting some hang time on that clearance. Ducks bringing it back in their own zone. Zellweger sending it down the ice. In over the line. Ducks with a nifty little move. Looking behind him was Wall as Trevor Zegras with a creative little deke. This is going to come out to Toronto whacking at it. BC, what's up? I'm fantastic. Hope you're doing well. Quick start here. Chances at both ends of the ice. Antonio, what's going on? Here's Tanev. Tanev back with it. He's going to start to move ahead on the move. Cross the red line, dumping this one in. Down there is David Kemp. Holmberg's with them. Somebody lost their stick. And the Ducks going to pull this one free. They're going to carry this one near side of the ice, sending it all the way down. We got a whistle, though. Behind the play, a penalty. Adrian, what's up? Welcome. I'm fantastic. Hope everybody's doing great. The official had his arm up. I want to see what he's calling. But Matthews and Marner connect very early here, and Marner just put that one a little high and wide, but a great opportunity out of the gun, out of the gate. Zegras pulled it a little forward in a backhand, and Wall just got a piece. So I have no idea what the whistle was for. It's not a penalty. The referee called it. This is going to be knocked down to Matty Nyes. Nyes walking around his man, tries to center it across. Marner teeing off, sending it wide. Matthews behind the net. Go for the Michigan. Do it. Do it. Do it. Centering in front for Nyes. He scores! Matthew Nyes puts this one home side of the net, just banks it in. Prep, what's going on? Welcome in. Those anthems were wild, but this was a nice little job. The puck was behind the net. Matthews was looking one way, looking the other way, slides it out to the left, and there is Matthew Nyes to take this one and just dash it. It squeaks in short side. The goaltender was up against that post, but there was just a little opening beside the arm, and the puck finds its way through, and the Toronto Maple Leafs are up 1-0 here, just about 3 minutes in to this hockey game. There we go. What a great job by Nyes. They've originally... Oh, hang on. So challenge for a missed high stick. Now, there was when they broke into the zone, it was swatted down out of the air, but the referee right away kind of did one of these saying, no, it was good. Richard coming in with the 10-pounder. Pluck those ducks. Love it, Richard. Thank you so much. Get those stick taps in there for Richard. And of course, where did I put it? I got to find our new sound.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Thank you, Richard, so much. So here it is, the high stick again. Oh, you know what? I can't tell from that boards because the referee was right there and waved it off. It looks... Well, again, this is where the problem lies. Here's ice level. Nope, the referee's in the way. The referee had clear line of sight and waved it off. I don't think there's definitive evidence here to wave it off. Lizard coming in with his anniversary, saying it's a good goal. I think this is going to stand. We saw this last night where it was a good goal, and that high stick should not have been called. Camera angle makes all the difference. Let's hear the call.
The coach is challenged by Anaheim for the missed game stoppage. It was contact by a high stick. Therefore...
Oh, they say no goal. So this is interesting because I don't think any of the camera angles... Now, they may have different angles they're looking at. What they showed on TV... You can't go by these angles because they're all up high and on the side. There's nothing down low that gives you proper perspective. But the linesman is standing right there, looking directly at it and waves it off with no hesitation. So this is an interesting challenge, an interesting call. Take that goal off the board. We're back at zeros. Bradley, what's going on? Welcome in. Well, very interesting call. Why the ref, who was right there looking at it, waved it off? We will never, ever understand. What's that? Maybe he was waving off the offside. I don't buy that. I think it's too... he was too close. He was looking right at that play. This coming back around. Working it through, back to the point. Cross ice. What's up, CNL? Welcome in. Here comes the Leafs again. Going to bring this one up. They had a goal. It was called back. No goal on the high stick. Here's Nylander. He stops, blows a tire. He goes down. Ducks coming back the other way. Toronto swiping at in the neutral zone. There it is. Urissi's bringing it up exactly. That's how we feel. Ducks backing it up. Lacombe going to turn, make the move. Is it worth subscribing to Monthly on Sportsnet? Sean, that's a great question. It depends. If you are into some of the other sports they offer, then yes, it's worth it. If you're looking at it just for hockey, it depends on how much of a diehard you are. It's not cheap. And I think for just hockey, is it worth it? No. But for all the other sports that come with it, if you're going to watch it, it is worth it. But it's a tough call to make. This down in the corner. Playing it through, back to the line. I will be honest with you. I subscribe to the Rogers Sports Pack. Here's a shot right on. Wall going to stop that one. I did not subscribe to the Sportsnet package. I subscribed to the one through my cable group, my cable package. And for me, because I primarily want to watch all the hockey games, it is worth it. However, this is the first year I've bit the bullet and done it. So tough to say. Doug, what's going on? They black out 5% of the games. There you go. So that makes it even worse, right? You're paying for it and you get 85. Oh, wow. Okay, that's not cool either. Thank you for that clarification, Doug. So I don't have the Sportsnet one. So thank you for giving your insight. Toronto in over the line. Going to feed this across. High slot. Carlo with the shot. Rebound in front for Lawton. He can't pull the trigger. Ducks going to clear. Domi keeping it in temporarily. Ducks turn and bring it right back out. Here they come up over the line. To the side. Zegras hammering this one in. And a nice stop by Wall. This back aside. Toronto working through. Gets mad at Prime. Yeah. There's been hit and miss feedback on Prime. I actually really like the coverage they do. Victoria, how's it going? This down far side. Ducks coming right back. Cycling in. Being watched. They get it back to the point. Terry putting it across. Ducks walking in. Oh, what a great chance. And Matthews with a huge defensive play. The arm goes up and it looks like the Leafs are taking a penalty. But Austin Matthews just saved the goal with that little poke check. Holy smokes. Great creativity here. Terry going to Lacombe. Lacombe to Terry. And Matthews just poking it away. So Carlo going to go to the box for the trip. So Brendan Carlo takes the penalty. So Toronto going to be killing it off. The Ducks are last in the league on the power play. Killorn, Strome, Terry, Vetrano, and Zellweger, the crew here for the Ducks. And Tanev has, looks like a guard or something broke on Tanev's equipment. So he's going to drop that off at the bench. So here we go. 2 minutes on the clock for the Ducks. Off the draw. Toronto's going to win it, putting it around behind. Marner going to chip this to the line. It is going to come out. Just barely, but it does come out. Here they come. Peter, what's going on? What did Peter say? Peter. Yesterday I was at Gordon Lightfoot Tribute. Oh, wow, Joshua. That's awesome. Ducks jamming it in front. Wall is down. How was it? Was it good? Sasham, what's up? Welcome in. Do the Blue Jays beat the Orioles? Solid 2. Yeah, 2-2. We'll take it. We will take it. A lot of runs getting put up on the board this weekend. How about those Yankees putting up 20 runs in a game? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, welcome in, everybody. Again, as you are coming in, make sure you tap that thumbs up button. Take a moment to hit that subscribe as well. Off the draw, coming around behind the net. If you are watching on a television set, take your phone, scan that QR code down in the corner. That QR code will bring you right to our channel. So you can hit that subscribe and never miss a moment. Here comes Zegras again. Going to drop this one back. Ducks on the move. Into the Toronto line. Going to drop this one off. Back to the point. Here's a shot. Sharp angle. That's going to go wide. McTavish going to bring this one down. Mason McTavish, M&M. He was awesome for the World Juniors for Team Canada. Here's a shot by Zegras down in front. Comes to Nice. He's going to scoop this one out and all the way down. Alexander, what's going on? Welcome in. Hey, Raven. Welcome to the potty. Here come the Ducks on the move. Lacombe. He's going to flip this one back. Dallas, what's shaking? Down over the line. Back over. McTavish cycling around just inside the blue line. McTavish still looking, about 35 seconds left. Shot deflection. That one is stopped in Toronto. Going to clear this one out and all the way down the ice. 8 shots here for Anaheim. Only 1 for Toronto. And that one shot, well, they probably took it off the board, but they did have a goal. It was called back. Ducks again. Terry throwing it out in front from the face-off dot. Now down to the point. Cross ice. Taking a look is Vetrano. Vetrano trying to feed it to the point. It's a loose puck. Toronto can't clear it out. Back in, down low for the Ducks. By the half boards. A little reverse to the face-off dot. Kicking it in front, trying to give it to Vetrano. Doesn't connect. Ducks sending it around on the far side. Terry back over. Here's Vetrano. Shoots, looking for a deflection. That one misses and goes wide. Terry again to Vetrano. He shoots. That hits somebody in front and it goes up and at a play. So we do get a stoppage, but the power play has come to an end. Nice that they were able to kill that one off. Holy smokes. Hockey day on Sunday. This has been wild. We've been at the rink all day. 2 playoff games for my kiddos. They both won, so that was awesome. Great news there. And, of course, we got the Leafs here tonight. We were watching some of the Capital Sabres game from the the little bar restaurant inside the arena, which was kind of cool. It was kind of neat. But holy smokes, I was happy to get home, get set up, and be here tonight. Raymond, what's up? Welcome to the show. This is crazy. Rob, I won't say them kind of out loud, but they play all day. The times are all over the place. No beer for me, Mega. I'm not a drinker. I'm I do my Gatorade. I got my Perrier, and once in a while I'll treat myself to a little beverage, maybe a Dr. Pepper, ginger ale, or a cola of some kind. But yeah, absolutely not a drinker. So usually I cheers with my sparkling water. But Mega, some games it might drive me to drink. I'm not gonna lie, it might. Let's see here, Dallas. The Matthews better not have been riding Space Mountain all day. I know Dallas. He's looked shaky at times, but he's back into it. He's looking good. No, I don't do the Gatorade Zero, Raymond. I do just the regular stuff, but only orange. I drink the orange. I absolutely love it. So one of the things that we saw about Matthews over the last couple of games is the attention to detail. When it's a little sluggish, when he's reaching and not skating, it's going to be an off game. Today, he's getting in there. He's looking good. So I think we're going to see a good Matthews here tonight. You like the berry flavor? Nice. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's all about the Canada Dry, Dallas. Surfing Owl, how's it going? Welcome in. Yeah, no comment, Surfing Owl. No comment. You're very welcome. Tea. I love tea. I got my tea every morning. Here comes Bobby Mack. He's going to flip this one down in the corner. Bobby Mack chasing in after it. Being watched by Mintyukov. Can't get it over to Tavares. Tavares behind the net. JT to the line. Riley going to slap that one. Puts it just wide. Picked up here by Anaheim. Stolen back by Tavares. Going down low. Nylander sharp angle. Tavares following it up. This time, though, the goaltender hugging that post super tight. Troy, what's up? Welcome to the party. Good to see ya. Wall coming out. Going to send this one to the far side in the corner. Right in front of the digital A&W sign. Over to Matthews. Matthews going to take this one. Skate to stick. Putting it down in the corner. Chasing it up and around. Dan, how's it going? Trying to feed this one through. They can't. Anaheim going to turn and move it the other way. Leo Carlson goes all the way across ice. A nice little stick there by, who is that? By Ekman Larson was a nice stick. Duck still with it. Sharp angle. It's right in front. It's sitting there in the crease. And Joseph Wall going to drop down and cover it up. Yeah, Morgan, me too. No, I'm not so much a Sprite guy, but A&W, oh, so good. Tried a little chai tea later for the first time. Too sweet, didn't care. Yeah, I usually give me the regular standard orange pico, or there's like a dragon pearl tea, which I quite like. It's quite nice. I don't know why I hit the break sign. So that little dragon pearl, I forget, jasmine tea is quite nice. Did Thompson have an off night? Was Buffalo that good? Buffalo looked real good. They looked real good. Diet Pepsi girl. Really? Diet Pepsi. Diet Pepsi over Diet Coke. Here's a shot, and that's going to be grabbed and held by the Anaheim tender, Dostal. My two picks are Thin Warm Line, I believe.
This line's had a great start to the game.
All right. Coke Zero. Really, Coke Zero. See, I don't know. Coke Zero just tastes off for me. Something just tastes off. Yeah, I'm trying to quit, Beverly. I was pretty good for like a year and a half. I was really good, and then got back on. Orange juice. Yeah, John, orange juice is pretty good. Oh, Gordon Lightfoot. There you go. All right, thank you, Beverly. Woo! Off the draw, down in the corner. Ducks going to play this around. It's still down in their zone. Trevor Zegras can't clear it out. Toronto forecheck coming in strong. The Ducks are going to try the other side. Riley up on the boards, but it gets past him. Scotland, the only country in the Western world where Coca-Cola is not really, Richard. So is Scotland, is it Pepsi is the top product, or is it something else? Oh, would like to sleep. I haven't had a cream soda in a very long time. Out in front, here's a shot by Yarncroc. That one sails just wide. Ducks going to flip this one out. Comes to the line. Maple Leafs trying to fire it right back in. Cream soda is so good. Mountain Dew. I haven't had a Mountain Dew in a long time either. I used to love Mountain Dew. A nice tall glass of Mountain Dew with a couple ice cubes. Oh. Trying to bring this through. Over to Benoit. Benoit going to play this ahead. Nylander bringing it back in his own zone. Trying to work this one across. Yeah, a good orange crush. Little C+ orange crush. Haven't had that in a while. So Mega, not a big float guy, but yeah, I like the root beer. I'm a big root beer fan, but not the float. Hey, Mr. Wolf, welcome in. Good to see you. Rob going with the Diet Mountain Dew. I don't think I've ever tried the Diet Mountain Dew. Is it a big difference in the taste? Quit drinking after I put my hockey gloves on my feet instead of my skates. Right, Peter? That'll do it. Orange Fanta. Yes, I've only had Fanta a couple of times, and I thought it was quite enjoyable. This coming all the way down. No icing called. Orange Crush, 0 sugar too. Oh, interesting. Toronto in the neutral zone. A little backhanded pass. Going to give it away. Ducks going to regroup. Banking this one off the boards. Benoit bringing it up to Tavares. JT going to play it back. They're going to regroup. Owning a convenience store has everyone asking me if I ever veg out. Nope. I'll have a diet soda here and there, but that's it. Good for you. That would be tough. Having it so easily accessible, that's tough. Try diet. I've never tried Diet Dr. Pepper. They're going to commercial break. The Ducks right now 9 shots. Toronto with 4. They got to turn around. You know what, Mega? We don't. So we get it from Costco. We don't get it too often. I try not to drink a lot of them, but today was a very long day. So we're going to replace the electrolytes. I was stressing during those hockey games today. I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't mind it. You know what I do miss, though? And I've talked about this before. Remember Tahiti Treat? I used to love Tahiti Treat. That was my jam back in the day. Pure sugar, but it was so good. It was the one about strawberry. You know, talking about strawberry, not the Fanta, but Tim Hortons has a strawberry watermelon quencher, which was actually quite nice. It was quite nice. I'm sure it's all flavored and not made with real watermelon or strawberry, but it tasted like it and it was pretty darn good. Mega, you still have them. Oh, that's awesome. I would love Tahiti Treat. Big fan. Orange Crush, 0 sugar too. I'm drinking 0 sugar. For sure. Yeah, Joshua, you got to go with the 0 sugar. 0 sugar is the way to go. And really, you know, all this sugary stuff, shouldn't be drinking it either. I'm trying to stick with my Perrier, keep with the bubbly. Vi, what's going on? Another stream, another under. Vi, what happened yesterday? Did you end up winning? I know you cashed out and played the late game. Did you end up winning after all? I started to watch the game. I was talking with good friend and partner channel, the Florida Park Explorers, and I kind of went to bed, and I had never even checked what happened at the end of that game later on. You did, eh? Oh, sweet. Good for you. Congrats. People first, welcome in. Welcome to the party. Who remembers the bonk? Yes. Oh, Raven, bonkers were great. The little candy, when you bit into it, didn't it have like something in the middle? I used to love bonkers, and those commercials were awesome. It was 3-2. Ooh. All right, coming back around. Back from commercial break. Let's go. Off the draw. Terry's still with it. Back to the line. To the point. Here's a shot. Another one. And another save here by Wall, and he's going to hang on to it. Bart, what's going on? Soft drinks expert here. Sugar or nothing at all. You got to go with the sugar. Yeah, I know sometimes, Bart, with the aspartame and the artificial sweeteners and stuff, that could be even worse for you, but it's hard to tell. You know, sometimes the drinks, when you remove that sugar, they just don't have the same taste. But they're all so bad for you. Chewy with 2 flavors. Oh, bonkers were the best. Bonkers and nerds. I could eat nerds all day. And runts. I forgot about runts. Those were good too. Oh, you guys are going to get me going on the candy. Here comes Matthews. Matthews going to bring this one in. Taking a look. I lost my older brother to a heart attack at 28. Wow. Joshua, I'm so sorry to hear that. But yeah, you got to eat healthy. You got to change your habits. Got to eat healthy. David, a vanilla Coke the other day for the first time in years. It was so good. Tasted nostalgic. Oh, that's awesome, Prep. I'm not a big fan myself of the vanilla Coke, but cherry Coke, oh, a good ice cold cherry Coke and it's game over. Aspartame has never been linked to any health problems. I thought it was. Off the draw, back to the line. McKay with it, putting this in the middle. Here's Marner with a shot. That one gets knocked down. They still have Popeye cigarettes, but they're just called candy sticks now. Fun Dip. Fun Dip was good too, but too much. I couldn't eat too much of it. This down around in the corner. Love the Fun Dip. Or the Big League Chew, the chewing gum that was like the chewing tobacco. Patoli, what's going on? Welcome in. That's right, Danny. Florida lost today. Montreal took it to the Panthers. They have a rematch Tuesday night. Everything in moderation. You got it. You got it. It's coming down. Gudas passing it over. Ducks driving in. A toe drag, a shot, and a nice stop there by Wall. 10 shots now for the Duckleheads. Hubba Bubba. Nothing was better than Hubba Bubba. Milk to go. Morgan, I don't think I did know that. Ducks going to play this one across ice. They're going to move this one up. Pepsi Max used to do a raspberry version. That's interesting. I love raspberry and blackberry are two phenomenal flavors that need to be in more drinks. Ducks still with it, bringing this one across. Jawbreakers, Sasha. You got the big cheek because you stuff it in your side of your mouth. Oh, the Jawbreakers. It takes about 2 months to eat them. This coming up, they're going to drive it down and go change up. Tavares coming in. Tavares going to drive. It does, but it's still early. I think this one could break wide open. Down in the corner, that's going to be icing. It's going to come all the way down. Pop Rocks. You know what was it that had the Pop Rocks drink? In Applebee's. Applebee's has a Pop Rocks Shirley Temple. So it's their version of a Shirley Temple with Pop Rocks in it. Crazy. Hey, Rebecca, what's going on? Raspberry or cherry? I'm good, thank you. I take raspberry over cherry, personally. But it depends what it is. If you're talking in soda, cherry. But in real life, I take raspberries over cherries. In real life. In real foods. Here come the Ducks off the draw. They're going to set it up. Getting things ready to move forward. Taking a look on the move. 7-up. Yeah, Mega, that stuff was awesome. I wish they would bring that up here. We had it down south, as a lot of you know. We made that video, and it was great. All the way down. Another delayed penalty coming up here to the Maple Leafs. They're going to go to the box. Ducks going to go to the power play yet again. With 6 minutes to go here in the first period, the Ducks are playing it around. Toronto finally picks it up. And it's going to dump it down the ice. So the Maple Leafs to the box. David Kempf going to be the guilty party here, it seems to be. Nope. It's going to be Nylander. So Nylander are going to be the guilty party. They're calling it for the hold. Yeah, so Nylander, he's got one hand on the stick, and with the other hand, he kind of reaches and tries to grab the guy to pull himself up for the forecheck, and he's going to get called for the hold. So you just can't do that, and he's going to go to the box. So the Maple Leafs have to kill off another one. The Ducks going to win this draw. They had 5 shots on their first power play. Toronto gets it out. Doug, what's going on? Seems like the sportsbook are pushing hard for the Ducks to win. Yeah, you know, I saw the odds kind of changing before the game started, and the Ducks were gaining some steam. Here's a shot right on, and I wonder if, because Toronto's on the second night of a back-to-back, Doug, that the odds makers were thinking they were going to be a little flat tonight and give the Ducks the advantage. But right now, that's the case. It is 0-0, but the Ducks have kind of been all over the Maple Leafs here in period number 1. Offside call. So this is going to be reset. Oh, prep. Jones sodas. Jones was the best. So listen to this. So we can't reach it. It's too far in the cabinet. You can't. Oh, wait. Didn't we put it in this cabinet? Yeah, see if you can reach it. See if you can reach it. Hey, thanks for that follow. Thank you, Carrington. Appreciate the follow over on Twitch. Welcome in. Exactly the same, but it's only in the States now. Okay. Thanks, Rob. I'll have to take a look next time I'm there. This comes down in the corner. Leafs. Benoit hammering it. Just about a minute to go. Ron, what's going on? Line crush. Ron, I don't think I've seen such a thing. Ducks going across. Face-off dot shooting. Wall is down. Makes the save. Back out. Down to the point. Taking a look. Beatrice, I'm watching on Sportsnet here in Ontario. Back to the line. Coming through. Thank you. There's no information on it, is there? No. All right. Talking about Jones Cola. Wait till we have the next commercial break. Putting it around behind. Ducks. Playing this one out. Looking. Ducks. Feeding it back. Zellweger. Cross ice. McTavish. Nope, it's Vetrano. He goes down low. That one can't connect. Killorn couldn't handle it. Benoit trying to eat this one up. Ducks in there. Vetrano coming over, digging at it. Toronto's going to pull it free. Nyes has it. He's going to flip this all the way down the ice. 10 seconds left to go on the power play. Setting it up behind. Here come the Ducks. Ducks on the move. A little pass up. Coming forward. Now cutting across. Anaheim setting it up. Power play has expired. Back to 5-on-5 even strength with 4 minutes to go. And it comes right in front. Toronto's going to grab it. Here comes Nylander. Nylander going to bounce this forward, trying to put it in. Now he's going to follow it up and get up there. Hey, Monty, what's going on? Good to see ya. This coming around. Name drop probably going to show us a picture. Crap, even better. Even better. I don't know, Dr. Jones. Dr. Brown's cherry soda. Oh, Davy boy. Dr. Brown's black cherry is the best. I love some good Dr. Brown's. But yeah, in sarsaparilla root beer, so good. All right, it's going to go up and out of play. We got a whistle. So talking about Jones Cola. They're going to take a little commercial break, which is perfect. Talking about Jones Cola, I happen to have a bottle right here. But you know why this is so special? So special? Well, Sam, why do you have this old bottle of Jones Cola here? Why? This is why. We did something special. We did this a long time ago. Bam, look at that. Jones Cola. Put your wedding picture on there. Personalized Jones Cola. That's what it's all about. Come on. Come on. How retro. Boom. Gotta love some Jones Cola when you can customize the labels. That was sick. Always love Pop Shop. Yes. Yes, Monty, for sure. For sure. Noah, what's going on? Welcome in. Phillips root beer. I haven't tried Phillips, Doug. Eddie Shack started that? I didn't know that. Miss Watson's ginger ale. I didn't know. Okay, wasn't expecting that. Boom, PrepCon. That's awesome. I've been hanging on to that for a long time. Oh, that's funny. Wow. Totally classic. Awesome. Okay. The other thing, hey, what's up, Rick? What's up? How about those Habs? Oh my gosh, I know. Rematch coming up on Tuesday. The other one nobody's put in the chat yet. Do you remember the drink Chubby? The little Chubby soft drinks. The little plastic bottles were like this big and they were really fat, hence the name Chubby. And they had cola, grape, cotton candy, all kinds of different flavors. Used to love those back in the day. And then had root beer and I can't drink. Oh my goodness, Bart. Yeah. So I've had that with some drinks too, right? You get the wrong medicine and yeah, you mix those flavors. Oh, brutal. Mega, you still have them there. Awesome. That's so good. Okay. I'm glad you guys know what I'm talking about. Brandon, what's going on? Welcome in. They were so good. Toronto going to put this around. 3 minutes to go in the first period. 3 minutes to go. Sending this down the ice was the Leafs. Leafs haven't been the same since that goal was called back. Marner trying to play this one across. No, I'm watching it on the regular Sportsnet. Ducks bringing it in, taking a look. Pass down to the high slot, turned over. Matthew Nye going to come away with it. He's going to feed this up. Marner can't get a piece of it. It's taken away by Lacombe. Lacombe's having a very nice game so far. How do you answer that question? Oh, Frank. It's a store called Valmart. You can buy chubby drinks there. Oh, they were so good. I mean, they were pure sugar. I mean, the sugar contents was ridiculous. Yeah, Adrian, they were the best. I remember when, well, I'll tell you the story in 2 minutes at intermission. This coming out down the ice. It'll be story time coming up at the first. Down in the corner, Tanev trying to get this, trying to dig this one away. John, that's a good thing to do. You got to stay away from that stuff. It's so hard, though. Comes out to Tavares, going to play it up to Nylander. Nylander knocks it down, but Helson going to take it away. You're going to move this one up. Thank you, Wayne. I hope you're doing all right. Playing it back up. McCabe loses it. Ziegler's stuffing it. And Wall made the nice save. He's down. Didn't know where the puck is. It's loose. Comes to the bottom of the faceoff dot. Here's a shot. That one's going to get blocked. It's Killington with a chance. Back across. Working it through. Here's Ducks working this down low. No shooting yet. Ducks offensive puck zone possession is about 5 minutes. Toronto, it's about 2. Working here is McTavish. He's going to feed this across. Bottom of the faceoff dot to the point. Here's a shot. Shillington puts it wide. Right to McTavish. He shoots. That one gets blocked. Last minute to play in this period. Oh, I love them. She just wished. Frank. And Grandma got Chubby's by the case. 15 grams of shit. Wow. Yeah, we used to grab them. I'll tell you my story. Hey, Murph, what's going on? Here's a shot sponsored by Maple Leaf. Purely Canadian. Here it comes Toronto with 40 seconds to go. Domi into the zone. Domi looking with his head up. Nice move. Backhand. He scores. What a goal. Max Domi. What a goal. Maximum effort for Maximum Domi. Holy cow. What a move. Zegras had a chance at the other end. The Leafs knock this one down, and they send it all the way down the ice. Heads up pass by Lawton to Yarncroc to Domi. Domi with a nifty little deke to pull it through the slot. Backhand under the bar. What a goal. Domi. Woo, that was huge. That was huge. That's going to get some energy to their feet. Maximum Domi. With 30 seconds to go here in the first period, Domi is going to put this one home. Yarncroc and Lawton pick up the assists. We'll add those to the ticker at the start of the next period. It'll take me a while to type that in. Still digging around. Crowd is booing. Going to come in front. Toronto going to steal. Holmberg can't get it out. 10 seconds to go. Finally, Toronto going to bring this one back. Ekman Larson banking it off the boards. Down into the Duck zone. The horn is going to go. There it is. And we go to the first intermission. Story time coming up after the stats. There we go. All right, bringing it up. Let's look at these stats. First period, 11 shots for the Ducks, 6 for the Toronto Maple Leafs, 9 hits for the Leafs, only 1 for the Ducks. 12-6, Toronto leading the faceoff. Ducks are 0 for 2 on the power play. Hey, Frank, what's going on? Leo, how's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. If we keep going down, 6 giveaways for Toronto, 2 for Anaheim, 2-2 the takeaways, and 6-2 the blocked shots. All right, story time. So this is the deal. Many years ago, I used to do some work with the Toronto St. Michael's Majors of the OHL. They are now, I don't know, they bounced around a couple times and changed their name. But when I was working for the St. Michael's Majors, they played out of Maple Leaf Gardens. If you don't remember Maple Leaf Gardens, it probably was the best hockey arena in all of hockey. Love the Gardens. So one game, we had the Chubby Pop, Chubby Soda, as the sponsor. So they had brought in some, and, we were giving away, a couple here and there. And towards the end of the third period, somebody calls somebody aside and says, hey, where do you want us to put all of the cases? Because they intended for after the game, they used to do handouts, right? When you're leaving the stadium, you got something. So they wanted to give out free little, bottles of Chubby. But it was so late by the time that they raised this up that they needed to get this to the gates. they could only take so many cases and put them at all the exits at Maple Leaf Gardens. There were only a couple. So it's going on. Everyone starts leaving. We start handing them out. And then they tell us there's like a couple skids of these. So we go where they deliver them by the loading dock, and there were skids, like tons and tons and tons of cases. So they tell us, like, well, we can't leave these here. Take what you want. We literally got dollies and stacked them up with cases of all the flavors, wheeled them to the car and stuffed them in the car and drove them home. We were drinking chubby soda for so long because we literally just brought home cases and cases and cases of it. It was so good. First concert was AC/DC for those about to rock. Thomas, what a great tour. You know what? Excuse me. I think I saw that tour at Rogers Center at Skydome. I saw AC/DC there, and I don't remember what tour it was. I'm pretty sure it was that one. Yeah, I played at Maple Leaf Gardens. We rented the ice before it closed. Rick, it was the best. It was the best. Before it shut down, when the major season was coming to an end, after the last game, they had the family and friends skate. And a couple folks said to us, hey, bring your gear, because when the family and friends skate is over, you guys have the ice for as long as you want. And so this was the last year St. Mike's was playing at a Maple Leaf Gardens. They were then going to move to play out of the school. And so we did. We brought our gear. We stored it in the old players' wives' room. And after the skate was done, we all went off and we played hockey at Maple Leaf Gardens till some ridiculous hour. We had one bench was all lined with all food. One bench was lined with all the drinks you could imagine. And as people were going home because they were getting tired, it was getting late, we started moving the nets closer and closer together because there was a group of us that just didn't want to leave. And playing the full ice with less and less people was just too much. So we started bringing the nets closer and closer so we could keep playing. It was such a great memory. It was awesome. I loved it there. Gordon Lightfoot played there. Yeah, I saw Tragically Hip at Maple Leaf Gardens. I saw Blind Melon there. Meatloaf I saw there. Dave Matthews I saw there. Saw a lot of good shows at Maple Leaf Gardens. Really good. Lenny Kravitz. Blind Melon opened up for Lenny Kravitz at Maple Leaf Gardens. That was pretty wild. Never heard of Chubby. Oh, Leo, they were such good drinks. 11 shots by the Ducks. How are the Leafs going to withstand the better teams in the playoffs? So I think tonight, Bart, I think tonight is a bit of a different situation. I think because we're on night 2 of the back-to-back, so they're a little slower, a little tired. And last night against the Kings was a fast-moving game. But I think it'll be different come playoffs. Things are going to be well spaced out. It is going to be hard-hitting, fast action. Excuse me. First periods for Toronto have not been great. Admittedly, they have not been good in the first periods. Second period has been their period. I look for them to really come back up and explode. But they are going to have to improve in the playoffs, no doubt, especially if they end up against Ottawa. They're going to have to tighten up and not allow so many shots. But 11 isn't bad. 11 isn't bad, realistically. They need more shots themselves. Okay, let me scroll ahead here. First concert was a big wreck show. Nice. Hey, Jojo, what's going on? Welcome in. I sold ice cream at the Gardens when I was like, oh, Rick, that is awesome. Going with Iggy Pop and 70s Beverly. Nice. Little Iggy Pop. Nancy Sinatra saying these boots are made for walking. Oh, nice, Peter. P.S. We all have some slower internet connection than others. Please let us with the slow internet find out from Sam about the goals. Yeah. Thank you, Danny. Yes, very, very true. As things happen, let's try not to put spoilers in until we call them. But that's, Danny, very, very valid point. Ricky it's very no. He may have, depending on how long he worked there. I used to love the Gardens. The Gardens was the best. I saw Duran Zoran. So I've seen Duran. I didn't see them at Maple Leaf Gardens. I saw them. My very first Duran show was at Kingswood at Canada's Wonderland. Since then, I've seen Duran several times. Oh, they're still so good. I would see them again if they came back, if prices were affordable. And that's prep exactly. Ticket prices. Last time Duran came, I looked at just going to buy a single ticket because nobody else, none of my kids wouldn't know who they are. So I was going to go down, but I was not going to pay. I think it was like $250. I was not paying $250 to see Duran Duran. They were my favorite band as a kid, but no, wasn't going to pay that kind of money for Duran Duran. Blind Mountain Thomas, it was wild. It was a wild, wild show. I don't remember too much about it, but it was cool. The Who. Oh, the Who is great. Hey, Paul, what's going on? Welcome. Let's see here. Cottaging, what's up? Cottaging, did you put any bets down today? I was close, but I chickened out. And it's funny. I was gonna pick Nyes as an anytime goal scorer, and I didn't. And then he scored, and I thought to myself, you should have done it. And then I called back. So I was like, okay, that's good. So Chaz, that the Toronto Maple Leafs are playing, but it's Beatrice. Sometimes they do that. It's weird. I'm lucky I'm able to get it though on the Sportsnet Ontario channel, but it could be because the Raptors are playing in some regions. They're showing one instead of the other, which is not great. Sam Matthew good at K-Days Festival. Oh, that would be pretty good. Garth at CNE. Dallas, did you see Garth Brooks showed up at a bar somewhere singing and handing out drinks? I saw it the other day on social media. It was crazy. You see the Maple Leaf Gardens as a Loblaws. Oh, Sauron. I haven't been back since they renovated it into the grocery store. I have not been back to check it out. I know the ice rink, even though it's up higher and you don't have the full effect, but some of it is still there. It's really unfortunate what happened to that building. So when I worked at temp agency for construction work, we did super motocross each year, moving hay bales and dirt posts at the end of the event. We get of monster big can. Oh, Jonathan, that's wild. That is really wild. I love when you get stuff like that. They came out on a 4-wheeler and said, take what you want. That's awesome. Jojo, I appreciate it. I'm here every stream. You might remember. I do, Jojo. I remember your name for sure. For sure. Feel hungry like a wolf. What's your favorite Duran Duran song? Favorite Duran? $12.50 for the AC/DC ticket. Wow. Today's $7 Kings. Scott, those were the best. Even when they raised them, they were $12. I remember at the beginning of the season going to because remember they had outside the gate, they had that little hut where you buy your concert tickets. And I would go down the list and I'd say, give me 2 for this, 2 for this, 2 for this, 2 for this. At $7, $9, $12, they were the best deal in town. I saw the Beach Boys at Canada's Wonderland. I saw Janet Jackson at Canada's Wonderland. Soul Asylum I saw at Canada's Wonderland. It was Screaming Trees, Soul Asylum, and someone else who I can't think of right now. Spin Doctors. They opened for Spin Doctors. That's who it was. I mean, great shows. When I saw Janet Jackson at Canada's Wonderland, I'm pretty sure it was TLC that opened up for her. Like, there were crazy shows they had there back in the day. Let's see here. Let me back it up. Who scored? Sibber, who scored? All right, the Maple Leafs goal just moments ago. It was Max Domi, his 8th from Yarncroc and Lawton. So Domi has the goal tonight. Another point, though, by Lawton, which is awesome. Who doesn't love these Sammy Life and Time stories? Theo, there'll be a TV special coming soon. Oh, that's funny. I saw U2 before they came here. Wow, Dan, that would have been wild. I've never seen U2 live. I've never seen them live. Steam Blind Mountain also, they were one of my favorites. Oh, nice. Yeah, Monty. They were a fun show. They were weird dudes, but it was a pretty wild show. Rod Stewart, the Hip, AC/DC, Wango Tango, Ted Nugent. Yeah, AC/DC, they were great live. I was lucky enough to see them. Saw saw Van Halen, saw Aerosmith. There was like one summer when all the big bands made its way through, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to see them all." I never went to Def Leppard though. I kind of regret that. I would have loved to see Def Leppard when they came through. Thank you, Jojo. I appreciate that very, very much. Let me saw the monkeys at the zoo. Onyx. And wasn't it, call me out if it's not true, but I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, the Beatles' big Canadian stop was here in Toronto at Maple Leaf Gardens. The Maple Leaf Gardens hosted the Beatles, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm fairly certain it was the Beatles at Maple Leaf Gardens. Maple Leaf Wrestling. Oh, Rick, Maple Leaf Wrestling. You're going to get me on so many stories. I used to love going to the Gardens for wrestling. Right across the street, too, you go to Garduni's. I got a story for another time. The last WWF event show at Maple Leaf Gardens, they did a VIP party over at Garduni's across the street. And we got in. We got to hang out there. Met all kinds of people. Met Paul Bear. Paul Bear talked to me in his normal voice, which was crazy. Met The Undertaker and Yokozuna, and man, it was awesome back then. So he has so many stories. And of course, remember Ricky Steamboat and Macho Man when Macho Man took the bell and hammered Ricky Steamboat, crushing his larynx. What a storyline back in the day. My only bet is JT scores. Did not bet that much. All right, and that's pretty good bet. He's got the streak going on. Love some Janet Jackson. Yeah, a little Rhythm Nation. That's all right. Too young for the good concerts. You saw See, I never saw Jerry Seinfeld. I saw Jay Leno live. He was pretty funny. And of course, Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy. Actually just saw him recently coming to Woodbine Racetrack. They have a new concert hall there, a Woodbine Racetrack. Very nicely done. New hotel as well, but got to see Gabriel Iglesias. Maybe the garden should still exist. Marley's in Japan. Yeah, Bart, that would be awesome. That would be very cool. A bigger venue than the Opera House. I mean, Opera House is cool, but yeah, put some of those indie bands or smaller bands in at the Gardens would be sick. Judas Priest, Rob. Oh, that's crazy. Never saw Judas Priest. Favorite genre of music? Badlands. I'm a rock pop guy. I love some rock, even some metal. I don't mind, but growing up, I was always a rock guy. And kind of as rock pop kind of morphed and you went from the hair bands into kind of the modern age, I kind of shuffled into pop. So that's kind of what I like to listen to, but I'll listen to anything. I really will. Disco and Peter, even some disco on a good day is not so bad. Y'all think Austin Williams going to score? I'm not so sure about Matthews. Nylander has a very good chance. You know, Nylander and Tavares were the two guys I was going to think were going to be the goal scorers tonight, Sibber, to be honest. Austin, I'm still out on him. He's still playing well. I just don't put the same faith in him that I used to. The way he was scoring like crazy. Sasham, GNR was the best. I've seen them twice now, both modern age. I never saw them back in the 80s, but when GNR came back, got back together, I saw them at Rogers Center, and man, they were awesome. The second tour, though, the second show we saw was not so good. Axel was not feeling well, and you could tell the whole performance was just off, but loved it. I was thinking about it cottaging, but I didn't want to risk it. You saw at Darien Lake, Beverly. I went to Darien Lake one time, and I thought it was such a cool place. Darien Lake, that's a throwback. Man, I never saw Metallica. Back in the day, I wanted to go to it was Guns N' Roses, Metallica, and Faith No More. And that was a crazy bonkers tour. I wanted to go so bad, but it just wasn't in the cards for me. Didn't happen. Sunday Night Wrestling was the best. Saying that was his bar. Oh, okay, it was. Oh, that makes sense, Talis. Thank you. I was figuring it out. I'm like, we haven't seen him for a while, and all of a sudden he pops up here handing out drinks. That makes perfect sense. Breakaway man will score. Troy, that's funny. Troy, you should get an 88 jersey and instead of Nylander, put Breakaway Man on the back. That would be classic. John and Yoko was in Toronto. Interesting. Okay. Got in trouble at a concert in the younger days. Let's just leave it at that. Why am I not surprised? I saw Metallica 3 times, one with GNR. Oh, you saw that one. Oh, nice. The Beatles played the Gardens 3 separate times. Oh, I thought it was only once. Thank you, Scott. 3 separate times. That's cool. You should see Jerry's. I would love to see Seinfeld. So I wasn't a big Seinfeld fan back in the day, but I've been watching some of his stuff more and more, and I really like his humor. Some of his stand-up stuff. I would really like to. I would like to see that for sure. Beatles, Gordon Lightfoot, Highwayman. Another was invited by Bob Dylan to perform Maple Leaf Gardens in the late 70s. I didn't realize Bob Dylan laid the invite. That is very cool. Limpin' with the bit. Oh, Bart Limp Bizkit was so good. I was a fan of theirs for sure back in the day. Roger Waters. So, Jonathan, I have a lot of 4-letter words I'd like to say to Roger Waters. I think he's an absolute disgrace, and I will leave it at that. Let's see. In a similar looking German kind of some problem machine gun in the air. Yeah, I'm not going to say more. Saw GNR with Metallica at CNE Grandstand. That's awesome. Patchy has grit. They need him to play in the playoffs. And Rick, I'm hearing he's going to be good to go. I'm hearing he is going to be good to go. The question is, do we see him before the playoffs start? Does he get a game or two in? I hope so. All right, let me scroll through some of these comments real quickly here. My dad at least won some money. There you go, cottaging. There you go. Saw Rush. I never saw Rush. Oh, they would have been so good. I mean, they were so good. Oh, my God. We could talk about this all night long. But we got a second period to get to. You guys keep the conversation going. Feel free to keep it going. I'll call the action for you. I may miss out on some of your comments. And again, thank you for everybody on the talk. Appreciate it. Thank you, Ashton, for the follow. Lamont, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you all so much. I totally didn't mean to exclude you, but I was getting so caught up. SARS Toronto concert. Rick, I had an exam. That day at my school that was not far from there. And I was so mad because I had to go write my exam. And I'm like, you know what? Everyone was talking that it was going to be broadcast on CP24. I'll just watch it after my exam. No, they had like somebody with a microphone standing at the fence outside. And they're like, this is so wonderful. I'm like, great. But I did buy the double DVD so I could watch it after the fact. Okay, here we go. You guys keep the conversation rolling. What a fantastic intermission for talk. Best community ever. Let's play some hockey, shall we? Here we go in the Leaf zone. Ducks looking to keep it going. Leafs trying to find some shots. Down around behind the net. Tanev going to carry this one forward. Tanev moving it ahead. Tanev with some good strides. Look at those crossovers. He's feeling it right now, but he comes in just offside.
Well, you know, at this stage with 8 more games left in this season,
Tanev was really wheeling there.
I know you got a race going.
Usually he's got those big strides and has like a funny kind of step, but he was moving.
And he made the key plays when you had to. I think in your mind, you know, this isn't
excuse me, off the draw. Leafs gonna dump this one in down in the Duck zone. They can't come up with it. Tavares on his man takes him down. Leafs trying to pick up this loose puck, spinning out of the corner around to Willie. Nylander with this. Nylander fighting off his attacker. Nylander flipping this over to the point. Long shot. Tavares with a tip right on. Oh, it hits the goalpost. Nylander trying to get the rebound, playing it up, but the Ducks gonna slow it down. Nylander still pushing, still fighting with Vetrano, almost hopped over his back. Picked up here by Mintyukov. He's gonna bring this one forward. Ducks down the ice to Vetrano. Gonna pass this one over. A long shot. That one's going way up and out of play. Tavares getting close. That's just gonna ring the iron. Good work there by the Leafs. Tavares, just a little flip. And just oh, it was, you know what? It was Tavares. I thought Bobby Mack got a piece of it. But that was very, very, very close. I think I'll do that, Sam. Get the jersey with breakaway man on it. I hot the Marner jersey. Oh, my goodness. Sam Seinfeld is coming to Ram. Oh, maybe I'm going to have to look, Dallas. Rama in November. It's not bad as long as weather holds up. Little Seinfeld action. In the corner. The Duck zone. Duck's going to flip this one up and down the ice. Toronto going to go back at it. I was talking about how we went to see Gabriel Iglesias a couple months back. He performed in Montreal last night. Had 11,000 people there. That was huge. Good for Fluffy. Toronto getting taken down and a tripping penalty coming up here to the Ducks. And it's Zegras is okay. Yarncroc got taken down as well. Domi getting up. So Domi and Yarncroc both getting taken down. Trevor Zegras makes sure everyone was all right there. A little dangerous play. A little trip up. You know, Domi coming across, and Zegras just kind of hacked the leg out. Domi went down and crashed hard into Yarncroc, who was coming around behind. So Domi went knee first into the board. Yarncroc kind of got tripped up and did a little bit of a Superman dive. So Zegras goes to the box, and Toronto, who is just about 50% this month in the power play, is going to get an opportunity here. They're up 1-0. Their power play is now 5th in the National Hockey League. Just saw Domi highlight looking like Willie. Yeah, he was sick, Leo. So good. Nyes, Matthews, Tavares, Marner, Nylander. The power play squad here for Toronto. Bringing this across. Matthews and Marner playing catch. Goes over to Nylander. Nylander doesn't shoot. Slides it down low. Trying to feed it to Tavares. Can't do it. Back up to Willie. Nylander. He's waiting. Matthews wants it. Doesn't come over to Tavares. His shot is blocked. They're trying to feed Tavares right now like crazy because Tavares has that goal streak going. Here's Marner. His shot right in the chest. And a good save here by the Ducks goaltender. All right, let's update Domi's goal here. Forgot to do that. Got so excited with this conversation. This is why this is the best chat ever. 8th goal for Domi from Yarncroc and Lawton. This being spun around down in the corner. Ducks going to clear. Marner can't trap it. Here we go. Marner with it. Going to send this one back. Just about a minute gone. Matthews pulling up. Matthews continuing to curl. Matthews. Nice little shadow move coming in behind Nylander. Drops it off to him. Nylander to the point to Marner. Marner to Nylander. Tavares is up at the other point. Down low to Nyes. Nyes to Matthews. Matthews has a man on him. Gets it to Tavares. Tavares cross ice to Nylander. Waits. Shoots. And just high and over the net. Back to Marner at the point. Over to Nylander. Quick pass to Matthews. Backhand in front to Nyes. Comes back to Matthews. Matthews trying to flip it to the line. And it's stolen. Leo Carlson is going to steal it. He's on the move. Carlson dragging it through the middle. He turns it over. Tavares to Nylander. Nylander into the zone. Willie. He's going to flip this down to Matthews. To Tavares. Tavares behind the net. He's going to chip this along the boards. Nylander was pinching in. He can't grab it. He has to back this one all the way up. Nylander playing this one across. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Here comes Bobby McMahon. McMahon going to cut the corner. Driving through. Great shot right on. Rebound. Ekman-Larsson shoot. He does, and it's knocked away. Excellent defensive play by Helson. Down low, McMahon again with a shot that's going to go wide. Bobby McMahon. Wow. Playing really solid. The Big Mac attack almost strikes. Dropping it off. Over to Riley. This is going to go cross ice. Here's a long shot. That one's on. And a nice little save. Down in the corner to Yarncroc. He's going to send it over to Ekman-Larsson. Power play is over. We're back at even strength. Down low, Max Domi shaking off his man. Creating some space. Domi to Riley. Riley, he's got space. Riley carries around behind the net. Riley going now the other way as they're spinning around. He's getting pushed in the corner by Vetrano. Comes over to McMahon. McMahon has it tipped off his stick. Holy smokes, the Ducks going to clear this out to McCabe. McCabe going to back it up, and both teams going to change it up. Wow. Big excitement there. The Leafs come close. Up to 9 shots now. 9 shots. Ducks going to take this one away, and Zegras trying to flip it in the zone. It's going to hop right in front of the net. Here's a quick backhand. That stopped. Comes out in front, down to the line. Leaf player McCabe slow to get up. Now he's going to go up to his man. Lorentz watching the cross ice pass. Holmberg got a piece of it. Tanev going to put it off the boards to McCabe. McCabe up to Lorentz, and he's going to chip this one out and down the ice. Holy smokes. He's also coming to Fallsview. Ooh, that is tempting. In July. Fallsview in July would be very nice. Plus, the little ones will be away. We'll have to check out ticket prices. Down in the corner, here come the Ducks. Ducks on the move. Little flip in, chasing it down around. Benoit, he can't get it. Benoit beat on the corner, shot in a glove save. That's one area where Benoit has been exposed a couple of times now in this game and in the last game. Coming off the boards, the half boards, driving towards the net. He's a little slow-footed. And the Ducks almost able to put it by, and Joseph Wall making a nice stop there. And thank you all for hanging out with us. If you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, make sure you hit that like button, hit that follow, hit that subscribe. We want you to hang out with us down the stretch. And of course, join us for playoff hockey. We'll be live just about every night following a number of series. So we'd love for you to have some fun with us during the playoffs. Here come the Leafs. Leafs taking a look. Backing it up, Ekman Larsson. Going to move it ahead to Matthews. Matthews off the glass. He's going to chase this one down. Marner is there as well. Neither of them can come up with the puck. This is going to be flipped out. Here they come again. Ducks 3-on-1. It's broken up. Backhand across. Ekman Larsson is there. Holy smokes. Wow. Here they come. Marner on a breakaway. Mr. Breakaway. Deeks scores. Mitchell Marner. Mitchell Marner. Mitchell Marner. Mitchell Marner scores again. What a goal. Racing out on the breakaway. A nice defensive stop here by Benoit. Ekman Larsson coming out to help him out. They're going to play this one forward. Marner hustling, sees it's a loose puck. It's spinning. He has to settle it down. Then makes a nice little deke and puts this one in. Docile just kind of hung out to dry here. Thought he was going to go one way. Couldn't regroup to come back the other. And a nice goal here. Marner with a 5-game point streak. Ooh, 8 points during that streak. And he is crushing it. That's right, John. A way to get it. He chased that hard. And here's Nylander with a shot, and that one's knocked down. Holy smokes. Couple really nice goals here. Domi, and now it's Marner, and that's going to be listed as unassisted. That is going to be Marner's 23rd of the year. Wow. No more nicknames. Say bye to Mitch. You know, just bouncing around, trying to get it out. Great job by Marner. Marner wants the money. Marner, the whole time on his breakaway, he's stick handling in, going, "Show me the money." And he scores and he yells, "Cha-ching." Here's Nylander coming in, has it taken away from him. Long pass up and down the ice. Domi with this now. Domi gonna turn. You're worse than an English sports fan. You'll sing. You'll sing about anything at the... absolutely, Phil. Absolutely. When I'm in a good mood. When we're winning. When we're losing, not so much. Here's a shot. They score. The Ducks. Carlson going to put this one in. Broken play in the Leafs zone. Carlson finds the back of the net. Leo Carlson having a phenomenal season this year. So there's one. He needs one more point to become the 4th Ducks player at 20 or younger to record multi-point games in 3 straight. Oh, this could be goaltender interference. Gauthier, a little bump to the glove of Joseph Wall. Are they going to challenge this, or are they going to let it go? So it did hit the glove. Nope, they're not even going to challenge it. Wow. There was contact on the glove of Joseph Wall, and then Wall had to move his glove back out and miss the puck. Interesting, they didn't challenge that. Carlson's 20th of the year. Zellweger and Gauthier getting the assists on that one. Bringing this one back. Carlson's 20th from Zellweger.
surprised to hear that was the 7th time they've overcome a 2-goal.
There we go. Here they come again. The Ducks on the move. Shooting. Wall going to make that save. Down around. It was very close, Mega. Very close. Another shot. Wall going to hang on to this. And to be honest, I just spotted it when they showed that reverse angle. I didn't see it on the first one. So they're going to go to commercial break. The Ducks putting one on the board. But that was a close. No more under. Hey, it's still close. It's only 3. It's only 3. You never know. Unless Stellaris has a breakout playoffs for contractors have no chance. Now, I think they have a chance. I don't think they have no chance. I think they certainly have a decent chance. Listen, they have a great squad. They have a great, don't quit your day job. I don't plan on it. This doesn't pay enough. But yeah, listen, Leafs right now, again, it's the second night of a back-to-back. Last night's game was a very, very high energy, fast-paced game. Ducks are a fast team. Again, this was just a nice goal. Again, I think there was some contact there, but hey, too close to call. It goes in. Still, I think this Toronto team has a great chance, a really good chance. Thank you, Doug. Yeah, I'm with you. I think they have a great chance. I like what it's going to be. No, I mean, you're singing. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I would like to sleep. It's been one of those days. Lots are going over my head today. Lots are going over the head. Flinging nickels at his feet. That's right, Thomas. That's right. What I do is when I go to the hockey games in the rink, I put a cap down and I sit there calling the minor league games with the cap out, hoping that someone will toss the quarters and nickels as they walk by. But no, listen. In all seriousness, this has been awesome. What a great game. The Leafs had some good jump. They're still up 2-1. The Ducks pushing for a comeback here. Shots are 5-5 in this period. They always rely on goaltenders since Cujo. So goaltending is a major component the Leafs have not had in a long time, right? The Leafs have always had goaltending issues. I don't have an issue with our goaltenders right now. I am fairly confident with Stellaris and Wall. Very confident in both these goaltenders. The best goaltender tandem we've had in a long time. I'm also very confident with our defense. And hopefully they don't prove me wrong here as the Ducks back in it. They're battling. Kev along the boards trying to kick this one free. Ducks doing a nice job trying to work through. Celine called and wants you for a duet on the next album. Celine has an open invite. I will do anything she wants. I love Celine. This coming down. Toronto going to flip this one down in the corner. Trying to come in here after it. Oh, Thomas. So here's a side note. Hang on, Ekman Larson with a shot. That one almost goes through. He hit the post. Holy smokes. Back in the day, I used to perform. I had a band back in the day. In fact, there's a clip of our band performing on the TV show Jonovision on the YouTube channel. But when we did we went in the studio, we recorded for an indie album, and our song was played on Q107 back in the day. Q107 amateur hour or whatever they called it. We had our indie hour. We had our track played. It was pretty awesome. This coming around down in the corner. Trying to put it across. Shot. Nice save by Wall. This one going over in the corner. Picked up here by Nyes. Nyes going to bring this down. Passing it over to Marner. Marner down low. Riley shooting. Nice stop into the chest. And that's held onto. Oh, prep. It's wild. I'm pretty sure it's still on the channel. If you can't find it, you'll let me know. I'll send you the link. wait. What's the channel and what's the band name? So Onyx, it was on CBC. So Jonovision was a show on CBC way back in the day. It was kind of like a talk show for teenagers, if you will. And they had a variety of topics. And back in the day, we got invited to help them with blocking and like setting up, the lights, and we got to be in the audience. And so they gave us a sheet, said, here's all the upcoming topics. Sorry, TikTok. I realize I just totally blocked the camera. Hey, Marilyn, welcome in. And so we found a topic that fit for us that we could go and perform. And I believe, don't quote me on it, but I believe we were the very first band that ever performed on that show. And it was a funny story. Story time again. When we went down to CBC to do the episode, our song was, whatever it was like 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes. And so we get down there and we set everything up and we go and we perform our song so they can, set their camera angles and all of that stuff. And we finished performing and the guy, director or whoever says to us, "You can't play that song." We're like, "Why not?" They're like, "That's too long." They're like, "You only have 90 seconds or whatever it was." And we're like, "What do you mean? How we can't play a full song?" So we on the fly had to say, it's like, okay, we're going to do the intro. We're going to do, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, close. Like we totally slashed the song up. It was wild. But it was a good time. It was a good time. But that's story for another day. Prime Canadian TV. There you go, Bart. Bart knows what's up. All right, let's go. Back from commercial break. Let's keep it going. 2-1 Toronto. What was your band name? It was called Amity Onyx. Not Amity Onyx. It was just called Amity. But that was way back in the day. Here's Riley coming in. He shoots. That was back, gosh, when we were in high school. Guys, do you want to friend with me? People first, of course. You're welcome here to hang out with us. No more goals. Vi says no more goals. Slow it down. Nylander going to send this one across. Tip down in the corner. Tavares racing in here after us. Trying to put it across. Matthews coming in with a hit. Nylander steals. In the corner, digging this one across. Back to the line. Here's Tanev. Tanev shooting. Deflected. That one goes just wide. 9 minutes to go. No, I wasn't the singer. I was the drummer. I was a drummer. Yep. I was on the sticks. This coming down, flipped up, down in the corner. Over to McCabe. McCabe going to pick it up. McCabe on the move. Like they were talking about music, and it's Juno night. There you go, exactly. Juno night. But that was a long time ago. Domi going to chip it in. We performed all over. We performed at Kingswood for Battle of the Bands. We performed at, what was it? Opera House 2 or 3 times. El Macombo, 360, Gasworks. All the good spots back in the day. Cycling it around in the corner. Duck's going to steal. Duck's on the move. Playing it across. And of course, the video we have up here, you got to remember, it's a VHS copy, right? So we're talking VHS. So we had to copy it from VHS to digital to put it up. So the quality is not that great. Working this across. Here come the Ducks. Ducks on the move. Going to play this around. Again, welcome in everybody if you are just joining us. Nice, Onyx. Thought you'd like that. Jonathan, some great play. I loved Opera House. Here's a long shot. By the way, the restaurant connected to the Opera House had the best hamburgers. Troy, you remember Jonovision? Yeah, it was all right back in the day with Jonathan Torrens. That's going to be blown down. When we went to Opera House, I was expecting to see something fancy. And I remember backstage, you go to the green room and it's literally under the stage with gravel flooring, and it was dirty as dirt could be. But everyone had signed the wall and stuff. It was pretty crazy. Not what I expected at all. But I loved the Opera House. Such a cool vibe. And of course, El Macombo, El Macombo's where the Stones used to go before their tours. The Stones used to play at El Macombo. Just like pop-up shows and stuff. Off the draw to the corner. Riley with it. Riley going to flip this one out. Lorentz going to knock it down. Couldn't control it. The Ducks playing this one all the way back. Taking a look around. The Junos are on tonight. Yeah. I knew the Junos were on. Let's see here. Damn, that youth. 14. Yeah, we posted it a long time ago. Today's special was great. I remember that for sure. Here's a shot and held on to by Joseph Wall. Wall doing a nice job. I appreciate you guys checking it out. That was, man, that was a long time ago. Feel like another year ago. I did not sign the wall, Jonathan. I did not. I often wonder if it's still there or if they've cleaned it up at all. I'm sure they must have renovated it by now. But some of those places back then, I mean, they were just for a bunch of teenagers traveling around to play at some of these places. It was like, wow. Sunday night hockey, the best hockey. Yeah, Onyx, we posted it way back when we had some friends that wanted to see it, and because it was VHS, that was the easiest way to share it, right? Was just copy it onto a computer and post it. Here's a long shot by 10 if that one sails just wide. Don't lose that mannequin hat. Back to the line. Here's a blast. And again, it's going to be held on to. Mr. Ben, I was the drummer. I was the drummer. I can't sing now. I can't sing then. Even though I like to believe I can. Tavares doing a great job in front of the net, though. Really, really battling. Either Bart, yeah, that was, what was it? Sam Crenshaw. Wasn't that his name, the security guard? Sam Crenshaw. The security guard. That was such a fun show. People first. It's totally random. So it's totally random. Nobody can give you one. If somebody decided to purchase gifted memberships and you happen to come up, that's how it works. I did talk to YouTube about it, about assigning to specific people, and they said when somebody gifts a membership, the algorithm awards them to people who are actively engaged with the channel. So the best way is make sure you're subscribed, have your gifting on, and keep chatting away and watching our videos. And when somebody gifts a membership, it sees you have all that engagement, it may select you, but it's totally random. Back to the line, Ducks putting it across. Under 6 minutes to go in this period. Side of the net, wall is down. Just like another, who could believe, fly through the open door net from behind the closet. Taking a look around, Toronto in their own zone, 20 shots to 14. What great conversation. I love this. You guys are awesome. Bringing it down. By the way, we need 5 more likes. If you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, crack that thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe as well. Around in the corner, Marner picking it up. Marner going to play it around far side. Toronto up the middle. Nyes trying to get it through. He cannot. Ducks going to put it right back in the Leaf zone. 5:15 to go here in period number 2. Matthews on his horse, going to bring this one down, drops it off for Marner. Marner shooting, and a nice little glove save, going to hang on to that one. 3-day-old pizza, Vi, was it in the fridge or the freezer? They're going to go to commercial break. 2-1 Maple Leafs. 2-1. So the question, Vi, is it fridge or freezer? If it's freezer, absolutely go ahead and warm that up. If it's fridge, then you might be kind of pushing it. Kangaroo from Polka Dot Door used to give me nightmares. From the fridge. So yeah, you're probably okay. Or the counter. You're probably okay if it was in the fridge. But I would tonight would probably be the last day I would eat it. But yes, that's a great question too, Onyx. Depends on the toppings. Toppings for sure make the difference. Mr. Buck, what's going on? Welcome in. So good game here so far. Marner and Domi, your 2 goal scorers for Toronto. Leo Carlson getting it done for the Ducks. 2-1. 5 minutes to go here in the second. Just pepperoni, so you're probably okay. I probably wouldn't eat it after today. What a game we have going on. Get Toronto going. That's right, Maryland. Get Toronto going. Get them doing it. They can do it. They can crush it. They're all over it. I believe. I believe. But this Maple Leaf team, they gotta just get in there and work, right? They're doing a good job in the face-off circle. They're doing a good job in the hitting. They're doing a good job blocking shots. Their giveaway number is a little high right now. And that's where it's a little brutal. They have an interesting schedule, which we talked about off the top. 2 games against the Panthers, 1 game against the Lightning, the Blue Jackets, the Canadiens, the Hurricanes, the Wings, and the Sabres to round it all out. It was funny how they were okay with a rodent being in the clock, even talking about it. So funny, Bart. Such a good show today, special. Remember Romper Room, too? Romper Room was awesome. This coming around, Ducks in their own zone. Trying to clear. Toronto coming in on the forecheck. Nice job there, but they can't keep it in. It comes out. They hammer it right back in. Leafs tag up. Marner going in the corner. Nice little fake out there by Gudas. He's going to play this one up. Ducks on the move. Bringing this one in. Side of the net. Leafs into your skates, Riley. He's going to bounce it out and put it around. Pokeroo is okay. I love Pokeroo. Pokeroo was the best. Pokeroo was here and you missed it again. Here's a shot from the point. Down in front. Wall was there. I was on the Uncle Bobby show. Oh, no way. Aaron, what's going on? Welcome. This is going to be flipped out and down the ice. Just about 4 minutes to go here in the period. 2-1 Toronto. 2016 are the shots on net. Anaheim going to chip this one down in the corner. Coming in here after it. And Riley just going to flip this one up and down the ice. This is going to be an icing call against Toronto. So 3:52 to go, bringing it all the way back. The Leafs have to get their legs going under them. They're kind of on autopilot right now. So they really need to kind of step things in gear and get it going. Tavares is 8 for 9 in the faceoff circle right now, and this time I think he's going to get that win. Going to shovel this one across. Here's Marner. Going to dump this one in the corner. Coming in after it. Little miss there. Tavares is going to come up with it. He gets taken down. Bobby Mack trying to help him out, and the Ducks going to reverse it and look around on the other side. Mintyukov going to play it up. Tanev is going to hold it in. Then Vetrano is going to force him to make a move, and he knocks it out. Toronto dumping it right back in. Bobby Mack getting going. He's in the corner, sending it over to Nylander. Willie with it. He's being watched by Zegras. Back to the line. Here's a long shot, and that's going to be grabbed and held onto by the Ducks tender. Nice move there. Really nice move. Toronto's starting to get things through to the net now, which is good. They're up to 11 shots in this period. So much better effort here for the Leafs in the second. Still not at the quality that we saw during the Kings game, but they're hanging on. They're playing well. They're 3 shots behind Anaheim. Total shots 20-17. So we'll take that one. The Leafs win tonight. Leafs will clinch a playoff spot, but Panthers and Bolts have to play who is to play. Oh, gotcha. So they'll clinch a spot, but not necessarily their position. The position will be determined based off the next couple of games. It's going to still flip-flop, I believe. This is going to be flipped all the way down the ice. We may not know who Toronto's playing until the close of the season, the way this is going. Yarncroc chasing it down. It's going to be another icing call against Toronto. So back down to the Leafs end of the ice. But are you as bad as...
Once again, if you have that confidence that you're a better face-off.
You're a drummer too. Nice, Paul. I haven't played in a long time. A long time. It was so much fun back in the day. We had a blast. Juno Lifetime Award goes to Anne Murray. There you go, Jonathan. Anne Murray, Canadian legend, who I believe Anne Murray also lived, I don't know if she still does, but for a long period of time, Anne Murray lived in Thornhill. This is going to be dumped in. Usually a second period team. They have been a much better team in this second period. Better than the first. Gudas going to play this one up. Down over the line. Chipped in for Zegras. Zegras can't come up with it. Carlos sends it around. Holmberg gets it over to Kampf. Kampf going to work this one across. JDA, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Over the line. This coming across. Lorentz taking a look. Going to cycle this back down low. Working it over to Kampf. Kampf across. Here's a long shot looking for a deflection in front. Doesn't go. Down into the corner. Bart, we used to love when we would practice, it would end up opening to a jam. Hang on, here comes Marner. Marner shooting. Oh, he should have passed that over. Holmberg, he's going to get it back over to Marner. That shot by Marner went high. Marner taken down. McTavish going to play this one up. When we would practice, we would end up just breaking out. We used to play One by Metallica all the time. Love that song so much. Marner putting it in, of course, nowhere near as good as they did. It's going to be grabbed and held onto. Marner playing really good this game. Marner's had great chances. He's been really working hard. You know, he hit the crossbar there over the shoulder of the goaltender. Hit that crossbar. Hey, Krista, how's it going? Welcome in. Good job by Mitchell. Thank you, everybody, for those likes. Appreciate it. So good job by the Mitchie one. Face off. Toronto going to win this. Matthews tried to pull the trigger. That one gets blocked. And inadvertently, he's going to knock it out of the zone to Tanev. Going to play it across and Leafs dump it right back in. 1:19 to go. 1:19 to go. Down in the corner. Ducks with it, trying to work this one ahead. These digital boards are driving me nuts. Nye steals it. Nye's bringing it in the slot. And he can't shoot the Ducks. Going to clear this one out. I wish they would just leave the boards with the regular advertising. I can't stand these digital ads. Last minute of play. Ooh, a little Oreo McFlurry. Nice. Over to Marner. Marner playing back to Matthews. Going to spin it over. Ekman Larson with a blast. That is blocked. Here's Matthews with a blast. He hits the post. Ekman Larson behind the net. Extra attacker coming in for Toronto as a Anaheim penalty is being called. And with 38 seconds left, the Ducks are going to go to the box. Toronto back to the power play. But a nice little pass by Marner, or by Matthews, and that shot absolutely rattles the knee of Leo Carlson. Oh my goodness, and Austin Matthews took a skate to the visor. So as Gauthier kind of trips up and falls, he kicks his legs up, and the skate came right up and just caught Matthews in the visor. And it's a good thing Matthews leaned his head back, because that may have caught him in the chin if he didn't. So my goodness, scary moment there. Matthews is okay. Gudas going to the box. JDA. Matthews to Marner. Marner taking a look. Let's make Gudas pay. Let's get a goal. Here's Tavares shooting. That one's going high. Back into the corner. Nyes put it to where nobody is, and the Ducks going to clear this one out. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Oh, a little voodoo child. Here comes Nylander putting this one across. Little toe drag, trying to bring it in. Little takedown right at the line. Refs let it go. Matthews back up to Marner. Marner now being held. And another no call. And the clock is going to go. This one is done. 2 periods into the books. They shouldn't be able to. Leo, I understand they have to pay the bills. I get it. But I just leave, excuse me, just leave the advertising that's there. It drives me nuts seeing the digital. Excuse me, pardon me. All right, let's go to the intermission. Let's break this one down. There we go. We'll update that. This has got to be updated as well. And there we go. All right. 2-1 is the score. Your goal scorers in the second period, Mitch Marner, his 23rd unassisted, and then Leo Carlson, his 20th from Zellweger and Gauthier. 20 shots for Anaheim, 19 now for the Maple Leafs. Leafs 16 hits to 5 by Anaheim, 24 faceoffs to 13. So Toronto is absolutely crushing it there in the faceoffs. Both teams 0 for 2 on the power play, although Toronto is still in the midst of their second. Taking a look at the giveaways, 11-10. Hey, there's Don Cherry making an appearance. 11 giveaways. Toronto, I think, had 11 giveaways in the whole game against LA. So to go through 2 periods here with 11 giveaways, too much. That's an area that we've talked about before. They really need to kind of reel it in. They got to fix their giveaway issue. 3 takeaways apiece, 13 block shots for Toronto and 5 for Anaheim. Toronto doing a great job blocking shots, and this is something that they continue to do very, very well. If we take a look at the individual stats for the game, Matthew Nyes, about 13 minutes of ice time today. Marner at 12:46, Matthews at 12:45, Nylander at 12 minutes, Tavares 11:44, McMahon down at 10 minutes, Yarncroc 9:28, Lawton at 9:25, Domi 8:35, Lorentz at 6:31, and Holmberg at 5:53. From the defensive side, McCabe is at 13:44, Carlo at 13:26, Riley at 12:28. I like that. That's exactly where Riley should be in his ice time, about middle of the road. Ekman Larson at 12 minutes, as is Tanev and Benoit at 11:48. So really doing a nice job with the time for the defenseman. 3 shots for Marner today, 2 for Nyes, 2 for Nylander, 2 for Tavares. Domi, Matthews, McMahon with a shot. And they're doing their job, exactly what they need to do. In terms of blocks by defensemen, Brendan Carlo, 5 blocks tonight. 13:26 of ice time. He's got 1 shot, 5 blocks, and 2 hits. He is a -1, but that's a pretty darn good line. Hey, Dreams, what's going on? Say to the Jets, put a nail in the coffin. Yeah, they're Canucks. They're not going to be able to do it. I just think they're running out of games. They don't have enough games to do it and get back in there. Yes, JD, got to set that tone. Got to set that tone. Got to wake back up. Have to keep it, get it going.
This team will never lose again.
They got to get it going. Absolutely, they do. In terms of the takeaways, a couple of guys with 1, nobody in double digits. For the Ducks, your big shooters tonight, Trevor Zegras, McTavish, Vetrano, and Carlson, all with 2 or 3 shots. We knew those would be the guys moving the pucks, and they're doing a nice job. Certainly getting their shots off. Zegras leads the way for the Ducks forwards at 13:25 of ice time. McTavish at 12:43, Terry at 12:36, Killeran at 11:19, Vetrano at 10:57. From the defensive standpoint, Lacombe, who's had a great game, playing very, very nice. He's got 15 minutes of ice time right now. Gudas at 13:46, Zellweger at 13 minutes. So they're using their top guys and they're playing top minutes. So great job there for the Ducks in terms of their ice time management. See, Stanley Cup final, Vegas versus Toronto. Ooh, I don't know if Vegas is going to. I don't know if Vegas is going to go all the way. Listen, they're a solid team, no doubt about it. They're a very, very good team. What it's going to come down to is health. It's going to come down to health with Vegas. Assuming Vegas plays the number 1 wild card team, going to be Minnesota. It's going to be an interesting series. If the playoffs ended today, and then you would get LA and Edmonton playing again. Some very, very tough series there. Winnipeg would end up playing St. Louis, and you'd have Dallas, Colorado. I would take Winnipeg over St. Louis. I think I would take Vegas over Minnesota. Dallas and Colorado is very interesting. I'm torn with that series. Part of me wants to say Dallas would win it because they have more points, they're the better team, but something about Colorado, you can never count them out. If you had to change the captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs, who would you change it to? Oh, Beatrice, tough question. They just gave it to Matthews and already want to strip it away. Can I give it back to Tavares? And no, in all seriousness, if it had to come off of Austin Matthews, who would I give it to? That's, Morgan Riley's probably the guy that comes to mind as a stand-up leader. But yeah, I don't think, other than Tavares, I don't think there's any other forward I would give it to. I would not give it to Marner. I don't think he's captain material. I wouldn't give it to Nylander. He's too selfish. I think the young guys like a Matthew Nyes or a Bobby McMahon are too young. Matthew Nyes, maybe in the future, he's got potential, but we'll have to see. I think other than Tavares, Morgan Riley's probably the only other guy. Give it to Reeves. Mr. Ben, to Nylander or Tavares. I think Nylander is too selfish. I really do. I think Nylander is too selfish of a hockey player. I don't see him the guy being captain material, to be honest. And by the way, Mitch Marner now with 91 points is 5th in the NHL in league scoring. So he's certainly making himself a pretty good case to get paid and get paid significantly this summer. Doug Gilmour versus Doug Gilmour. I would take Doug Gilmour. Let's see here. Beverly's husband, Nylander. You guys are too funny. Jay, what's going on? Welcome. It doesn't even sound like Marner wants to be here anymore. Yeah, Jay, it's in now. With Marner, let's face it, the way he handles the media is always very different. He's always very standoffish. I think Nylander does want to be here. I think when Nylander came out, when they asked him to move his no wave clause, I think he knows this is his best chance of winning. I really do. If you look at most of the other top teams, they're all up against the cap. There's not a lot of teams right now, top contending teams that have a chance to win that can afford to pay him $13 or $14 million. There just isn't. So, he's got to decide. Does he want to go to Chicago at 13 and a half? Does he want to go to Chicago, play with Bedard and try and rebuild? Does he want to go to Anaheim and play with Jacob Trouba, and Zegras and these guys? He's not going to go to Winnipeg. He's not going to go to some of these top teams. He's not going to Vegas. He's not going to Edmonton. He's not going to Colorado. He's not going to Dallas. So it's, do I stay in Toronto where I probably have the best place to winning, knowing I have to face the media, or do I go somewhere and start over and try and rebuild? But yeah, it's interesting, Jay, when you hear him talk, for sure. You know how we were talking about fast food last night? Check the video I posted. All right, JDA, I will take a look for sure. I will take a look-see. Reeves would definitely be a good captain, but he's nowhere near a big enough player. It's funny, Bradley. It's funny. I joke around because I agree. I agree with you. Ryan Reeves, if we take the hockey side out of it and we say purely on leadership abilities and being able to motivate your teammates, Ryan Reeves is the loudmouth, rah, let's go get him, guys type of player. So he would definitely have that voice in the locker room and that motivation. It's, leading on the ice is his problem. You can't have your captain playing 5 minutes a night. But I agree. Off the ice, 100%, he would be leadership material. It's on the ice where the challenge is. Number one, what's going on? Welcome in. When else? I was visiting my sister and her kids in Fort McMurray. Long drives, 3 hours each way. Wow. 6 hours driving today. Number one, that's a lot of driving. Hope you're doing all right. Okay, let me scroll through. I want to say Marner to be captain someday. Yeah, Marner for me is a little too... Bradley, what's going on? Don't cut me off, Sam. I like hockey too. No, never, Bradley. I don't think Marner's captain material. Listen, he's a good player. I don't see him on the ice standing up for guys. I don't see him motivating other players. I don't see him as that leadership type person. Doesn't mean he's not a good hockey player. I just personally don't see him as captain material. First wild card plays first, second place second in Central. Doesn't it go by who has most points? Or are we saying the same thing? First wild card plays first in Central. Second wild card plays first in Pacific. Doesn't the team with the most points play the number 2 wild card? Do I have it backwards? I don't know. We'll have to see. Marner wants to reign Bills in Vegas. Carolina could pay that. Yeah, Carolina could. That's true. Carolina, now that they got rid of Rantanen, they have some money. But Carolina is an interesting team. That maybe that's an option for him. Maybe he'd want to go there. Big loss by, yes, Antoine, big loss by the Panthers. Panthers going to look for some redemption on Tuesday. Auto resident back as my Leafs blacked out again. Oh, Timber, good to have you back. Good to see you here. Leafs are going to get it done. Will we see a Leaf in Senator matchup or Leaf in Canadian matchup in the first round? That would be something absolutely wild. Do you think Detroit would pay? You know what, Detroit? What are they at? What are they at? Because Detroit's one of those teams where, I've had them pegged for a couple of years now as being a major improvement, and they have been improving. But where are they cap wise? Let me take a look. Let me pull it up because the Wings are a very, very interesting choice. So the Wings right now, they have no cap space. It is going up. Who do they have to sign? They have Patrick Kane. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen with him next year. Craig Smith, not a big deal. Couple restricted free agents, not a big deal. From the defensive side, maybe they sign Jeff Petrie. And no, okay, yeah. I mean, Detroit, they don't have any massive signings other than if they deal with Patrick Kane, will they sign him? The cap space is going to go up, so they'd have a little bit of room. I don't know if they would have enough, though. I don't know if they would have enough to give Marner what he wants. So it would certainly be an interesting scenario. Edmonton doesn't have the money. If Edmonton was to make a play for Marner, that essentially says there's no chance they're signing Connor McDavid. As it is, I don't think Edmonton, after that Draisaitl contract, even with the cap going up, they have a lot of players they need to pay. I don't know if they're going to have money for McDavid when it comes around. The whole situation in Edmonton is very interesting. And if they were to make a move, like an offer sheet or something like that for Marner, not an offer sheet, sorry. If Marner was just to go there as a free agent, I was thinking nice. That would essentially say McDavid is not going to stay. Jets versus Wild, Golden Knights versus Blues could change. Oh yeah, it's going to flip-flop for sure. It's going to be crazy down the stretch. I take my chances with San Jose, smallish market. You could get to play along with Celebrini and Will Smith. Will Smith there as well. That wouldn't be a bad pickup at all. That San Jose, they have money. They got like 20 million in cap space right now, so they can certainly afford to pay him. The question is, do San Jose want to spend that kind of money? They're going to need to invest in their goaltender. Georgiev is UFA after this season, so they're going to have to pay for goaltending. Jan Ruda is an unrestricted free agent after this year, so they're going to need to spend a little bit of money on defense. But from a forward standpoint, Klim Kostin's restricted free agent. He's not going to make mega dollars. Noah Gregor is restricted. He's not going to make mega dollars. So the Sharks have a ton of money that they could spend. So that would be an interesting pickup. So Ryan Reeves was put on waivers, and he's technically on the Marlies roster right now. They needed to put him on waivers to create salary room for the moves at the trade deadline and to bring back their healthy bodies. So that's where Reeves are right now. I read this morning 91 million to Rangers for Marner, 8 years. 91 million. Let me look at the Rangers, because the Rangers is a case where they need a rebuild, right? The Rangers are desperate to shake things up. Now, right now, as it sits, they got like 600,000 in cap space, so they don't have a lot. Abe Kubel's a UFA, but again, not making a ton of money. Edstrom, Will Kule, Kaliev, Matt Rempe. So they got and Parsonen, a lot of restricted free agents. They'll sign some of those, I'm sure. Keandre Miller's an RFA. I'm sure they'll sign him. So they don't have, they don't have a lot of cap space to work with. They don't have a ton of wiggle room at all. Again, and especially next year, right? This year, they were only paying Shesterkin about $6 million. He goes up to 11.5 next year. So any increase in cap, essentially all is going to go to Shesterkin. So unless the Rangers make some mega moves and some trades, they're really not going to have money to do anything either. You know what, Jay? That's a good call. I kind of overlooked him. Lawton, I think Lawton would be captain material. Definitely a stand-up guy, locker room guy, rah-rah guy, for sure. Heart and soul all the way. Not your leading point getter by any means, but absolutely stand up, heart and soul type player. I think he would be a decent captain material. Bedard's not re-signing with Chicago, just a hunch. Yeah, Leo, it's interesting. I kind of feel like Bedard is being wasted in Chicago, as do a lot of people. I mean, this poor guy, he puts it all on the line every single day, heart and soul. He's going to be there for how long? He's got 2 more years there? So he's got 1 more year after this, and then he's a restricted free agent. So either Chicago's going to have to trade him, or somebody's going to have to offer sheet him, and Chicago will probably they'd have to match it. So Chicago, they have Andreas Anathiasu, who's a UFA after this year. Ryan Donato. Pat Maroon, already said he's retiring. On the defensive side, Alec Martinez is a UFA. He's 37. They're probably not going to re-sign him. So Chicago will get some money. They need to sign a goal. Oh, no, that's dead cap. So they will get some cap coming back from what they've held from Rantanen, Jake McCabe. So they will get some money back. Chicago will have money, but do you really want to go to Chicago? You're not going to win there. You're not going to win there at all. So going to be very interesting to see what moves all these teams do make. All right. Your local, what's going on? Welcome in. Next period is about to start. We're going to get it on now. Sorry I didn't get to all your comments. I do appreciate them. Keep the conversation going. You guys certainly keep it going between yourselves, and I'll pick them up where I can. Let's bring this up. Let's get set. Period number 3 about to get started right now. Here we go. Jim, what's going on? Welcome in. Matthews for Bedard. Bart, would you really want to do that? Thank you. Would like to sleep. Appreciate it. Here we go. Off the draw, period number 3. This is what it is. We are 20 minutes away or more from seeing who wins this one. Leafs on the power play for 1 minute and 10 seconds. Nobody there. Puck going to come down the ice. Leafs going to have to regroup. Nylander is going to come back. Fresh ice surface here, so get some crisp passing. Nylander going to drop this one back. Leafs tried to trade Morgan Riley and Marner Kemp, but they wouldn't wait because they know this is their best place to win. This around down in the corner, a little drop back. Nylander going to put it around. That's intercepted, and Anaheim going to try to work this one up. It's going to be broken up in front to Nylander. Nylander, tries to go back from Tavares, and he just missed it. Tavares would have had an empty net to chip it into. Here's Tavares around behind the net. Off the boards to the line for Marner. Marner, across. Matthews, looking. Back to Marner. Takes it off his skate. Marner, still looking. To Matthews. In front to Tavares. To Matthews. To Marner. He shoots. Puts it just wide. Nylander picking it up. Willie, back over to Mitch. Mitch holding this one in. To Tavares in the slot. To Nylander. Down low for Nyes. Nyes, nifty move in front. Jam play. Matthews hits the goal post. Another post for the Maple Leafs star. Hey, Angela, welcome in. Here come the Ducks, 3-on-1. Oh, there's a trip, and Toronto Matthews gonna go to the box. Matthews on the back check, gets the stick in the skates of the Anaheim player. And Matthews gonna go sit down for 2 minutes or less. But Matthew Nyes putting it on the net. Matthews a wide open cage, and he rocks the post. Holy smokes. Oh, you know what? This might not go to Matthews. His stick was in there. Riley also got a piece, and it is going to go to Morgan Riley. So Morgan Riley, who was sliding down, the Anaheim player kind of stepped on both his stick and Matthews' stick, but it's going to go to Riley. Ducks are 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. Going to work it back to the point. Down low. Back to Lacombe. He's going to go cross ice. Shot in front in the slot. That one is blocked, and it's going to come out of the zone. Ducks regrouping, setting it up. Now they're going to break it in. Everyone, big deep breath. Down around behind, side of the net. McCabe up there. Ducks moving it. By the face-off dot, banking it off the boards to the line. Cross ice. Here's a blast by McTavish. And a nice stop. Comes right back to McTavish. To the line, playing it across was Lacombe. Back to McTavish. That one is deflected. Lacombe going to keep this one in. McTavish. He's being attacked by McCabe. Gets it to Lacombe. Cross ice to Cogliano. Here's a shot. And the Ducks hit the post and they score. The Ducks put this one in and they tie it up. Oh my goodness. Anaheim, Anaheim, Anaheim. Wow. A big shot. The first one kind of hit the post. They grabbed the rebound, and then they put this one in. McCabe was right there trying to tie up his man. And it's Sam Colangelo. He's going to get this one. The shot came in. It just dings that post, and the Ducks able to put it in. Zegras with the original shot. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no, 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 no. Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. Here they come again. The Ducks are right back at it. Bart. So Colangelo picks up his 7th. And it's a power play goal from Zegras and Lacombe. Lacombe having a great game here tonight. Liz, what's going on? Welcome in. Yes, indeedy, all tied up. But welcome, Liz. This coming all the way down the ice. 2-2 is a score. Toronto behind the net. Matthews coming out in front. Short side and a nice stop there. 8 third period comeback wins this season by the Ducks. Ties them for first in the National Hockey League. Ducks driving in. Here's a shot. In front, down. They're digging at a wall. Going post to post. My goodness. This coming back around. Here's a shot blocked in front. Riley up to Nyes. Nyes trying to feed it through. Goes in the corner. Nyes absolutely obliterates his man in front of the Leaf bench. And we got everyone piling up. Matthews is in there. Lundstrom is in there. Gudas is in there. Right in front of Domi on the bench. Domi is grabbing the player's stick as it was getting up in his face. But Matthew Nyes, I think it was Nesterenko, absolutely obliterates him. So are they going to give... They're giving Nyes a penalty for this? Let's see what this call is going to be. Oh, so Nyes, he jumped around Nesterenko, and it was Shillington who gets absolutely plowed into. So this was a clean hit. Nyes should not be getting a penalty here. They're giving Nyes a penalty. Why is Nyes getting a penalty? Oh, maybe there. Maybe afterwards where he bends the Duck player over the bench with a face wash. 100 hits for Nyes since January 1st leads the Maple Leafs. So the Ducks don't get a penalty for jumping him. Wow. All right. I see how this is going. Nyes is the only one that comes away with it. Ducks on the power play. They are 1 for 3 here tonight. Back to the line, putting this one across. That was a beautiful hit by Matthew Nyes. Jumped around one guy to hit the puck carrier. Down around in the corner. Back to the line. Ducks. Here's a shot. It's blocked in front. Toronto going to clear this all the way down. The Ducks won a Stanley Cup with Getzlaf. He would have been... Oh, Getzlaf would have been awesome in Toronto. He would have been awesome. Such a stand-up character, too. Great guy. Here comes the Ducks again. In over the line. McTavish. Dropping it back. Lacombe to McTavish. McTavish. He's still with it. Bringing Toronto, suckering them down low. Come up to Colangelo. Back up high. Lacombe over to the point. Puck doesn't come to him. Lacombe moving across. Now it comes to him. He's going to go to McTavish. McTavish back to Lacombe. Colangelo. Back down. Zegras. Lacombe. McTavish. McTavish. Looking. He's going to drop it for Lacombe. Lacombe. He's going to cycle around. Lacombe bringing everyone deep. Off the boards. Back here to Zegras. Zegras to Lacombe. They're working the puck around really well. McTavish waiting. To Lacombe with a shot. And they got a piece. Wall got a piece. 88 miles an hour. To Lacombe again. Look at saucer this one back to the line. McTavish playing it over to Zegras. Zegras down low. Bump out. Look out. Here's McTavish with a shot and a glove save. Joseph Wall ripping the glove. Holy smokes. Nice save. Beauty save there. That's what we needed to see. Crazy puck movement by the Ducks. Wall is guessing who's going to take the shot. We have $40 for the Ducks to win and my Sharks not to lose by 2 goals. $184 ticket. Ooh. Ducks to win and Sharks not to lose by 2. You know, it's so tough. It's so tough. You know, when Toronto plays some of these other teams, they just don't play well. Here's a shot. That one's going to get blocked. It's going to go out of play. 1 second left to go on the power play. It leaves Alex Wenberg at 50 retained by Canucks. Mario Ferreira for Morgan Riley, Ben Danford, Robertson, Leafs sign. Hang on. Let me back it up. Leafs send picks to Canucks, then Sharks trade Riley to Canucks for first plus. Joshua, that would be interesting. I would love Wenberg. Wenberg and Ferrero. I like that deal a lot. And all we're losing is Morgan Riley, Danford, Robertson, and some picks. Ooh, and that frees up money from Riley. Yikes. I kind of like that. I'm not going to lie. But fell through because Morgan Riley wouldn't waive his no-move clause. That's too bad. I like that deal a lot. Here comes Tavares shooting, putting that one just wide. Really like that deal. I mean, to be honest, I think that deal is better than the moves we ended up making. You can still hit the under. There you go, Vi. You can do it. You can do it. All right, good night, Leo. Take care. They lower down. They do, Bart. It's so frustrating. Kings have the best home record. They do, Doug. It was nice to see how Toronto played there. Very different team. Toronto was awesome. 14 minutes to go. We're all squared away. Tied at 2s here. Off the draw, back to the line. Who are we kidding? Sharks can lose by 6. Down around in the corner. Taking a look. All the way down. Let's go. Ducks with it. Ducks trying to come. Here's a long shot. Wall going to take that one. He's going to hang on to it. Wall starting to settle down. He's starting to play nicely now. There you go, Waller. There you go. They're going to take a commercial break. It's that time in the third period with 13 and a half minutes to go. We're going to get a lot of commercial breaks coming up now. But hey, that's okay. Welcome in, everybody. If you are just joining us, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you follow us along. Hit that follow. Hit that subscribe button. Set that notification bell. We're going to be live down the stretch for a whole lot of hockey. Plus, in the playoffs, we're going to be going almost every single day. It's going to be bonkers, and we hope you will join us for the ride. Jeff, what's going on, buddy? What do you say we just scrap these last 10 games? Oh, hang on. Last 10 games and start the playoffs. Stars are ready. Jeff, your Stars are going to go for a run this year. They're going to go for a run. I think the Stars feel different this year. And I'll be honest, Jeff, I've slept on them in the past. But this year, you know, seeing what they got, seeing how they're playing, you know, and if Heinz can get hot again, whew, you got to watch out for that Stars team. Yes, Vi, we're live on Twitch as well. Twitch, the Tickety Talkety, and of course, over on YouTube. We do have an Instagram and Facebook. We sometimes go live on Facebook. We are not there tonight, but you can follow us on all social media platforms. The easiest way is just go to our website, samwellb12experience.com. Go to the social page, and you can click to all of our socials and give us a follow there. Boss man, what's going on? Welcome in. Artris Urbe, oh my gosh, that is a name from the past. Artris Urbe, Bart, he was awesome. He was so good. My gosh. Love it. Love it. Sam, I disagree. I think the Stars are going to lose. You think they're going to lose to the Oilers again? It's going to be interesting. They're such a hard-fought team. They have so much talent. But you think, you know, we can talk about talent all we want. You need luck, you need your health, and you need to show up. And a lot of teams have a problem with that showing up part.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson maybe jumping up into the play. And
All right, let's
that
go.
could be the
Let's
difference
do it.
maker when the Leafs get a defenseman score and they
Angela, did you
have
come
success.
you were into Toronto? I might have missed that part of the conversation. David, what's going on? Welcome in. Consistently in the locker room, the Stars.
Yeah, you know what? You gotta win in different
Here
ways.
comes
You
Toronto.
know,
Toronto on the move. They're going to carry this one up. Long pass across, hitting that line, dumping it in. The chase is on. Tavares going into the corner. Trying to fish it out. Leafs going to walk out. Here's a shot. Nice save. Quick glove. Going to snatch that one out of the air. Puck was hopping and Dostal made the save, then followed through with the glove and grabbed it, which was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Hey, Cartoons, good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Jeffy, unfortunately, I'm not able to.
They've been the guys who've been getting the big goals, so maybe tonight at the end of a
13:09 to go here. 2-2, Toronto and Anaheim battling this one out.
Right now, he's had a couple of looks in the game.
Off the draw, Domi can't win this one. Anaheim going to flip it up. Pick a funny hop behind them. They're going to have to back up and pick it up. Domi going to turn and go. Domi flipping this one down the ice. You know, since they pulled Robertson off this third line, the third line has looked a little flat. Domi and Lawton don't have that same pop tonight that they had last night. And I tell you, now that we've seen several games of these two, I'm a big fan of Brendan Carlo. Carlo has looked really, really good. He's fit in nicely, blocking a ton of shots, had that great fight, really becoming a big fan of Carlo. Off the draw, bring it back. Sharks will be good. You know what, Noah, I'm with you there. I like what the Sharks are doing with their rebuild. Delbrini is good. Smith is good to Philly, but we are planning on move games. Oh, you went to see Philly. Nice. Domi going to throw this one down around. Ducks going to bring it. Got to be consistent. Consistency is huge, for sure. Turned over. Here comes Toronto. It's a 3-on-1. 3-on-1. 2-on-1. Somebody put it across. Trying to feed it in. Lawton coming so close again. Just couldn't tip that one home. Domi and Lawton finally got their legs going. These are chokers. Not this year. It's different this year. We can feel it. We know it. Gudas going to play this one ahead. You can't be taking the non-playoffs. That is true, BC. We do that a lot. Back to the line. Here's a shot. And again, Wall, he's looking behind him. It's under him. He kicks it out. Wall made the save, was looking around, and when he jigged his leg, the puck came out. Pass up to Nyes, hit him from behind. Ducks coming back the other way. Nice little play here to break it up by Carlo. Gonna work this one up. Marner can't get it out. Back in the corner. Ekman-Larsson gonna go back for it. Ekman-Larsson, he's gonna get it back. Oh, nope, missed that one. That was a very close call. Very close call. Here comes Marner to Nyes. Nyes throwing it in the corner. Marner going back in here. Gonna tip this through. And it's stolen by Nyes. Nysy to Marner. Marner to McCabe. McCabe tries to make a little move. Goes around Zegras. Gonna cycle it around. Nyes is in front of the net. He's got to peel away. Nyes is gassed at the end of his shift. He's still hustling on the back check. Over to McTavish. Feeding this back around. Ducks Zegras. Turning. Gets a pass over. Here's a shot. Wall sliding the wrong way. Think he got a piece of it though. Toronto with the puck. They're going to work this one ahead. Long pass up and all the way down the ice. That's going to be an icing call against the Maple Leafs with 10:45 to go here in period number 3. Tied 2-2. It's always our year. Exactly. It's always our year. We always have a chance until we don't. Good effort here by the Ducks, though. Ducks flying around. Lots of shots coming through. Lots of shots coming through. Where are we here? 5 shots for Anaheim in this period, 2 for Toronto. Tavares gets taken down. Nylander with the puck, going to flip this one down in the corner. Anaheim going to bank it around the boards, up to the half boards. Now they're going to work this one out over the red line. Anaheim bringing it right back in. A little drop pass there. Misplay by Gauthier. And Toronto going to back this one up, regroup. Over to Riley. Riley to Kemp. Kempf, he's flying, lost his balance, but was able to flip it down. He's going to chase in. He has it. Bobby McMahon is there as well. We're doing that, but both our bodies hurt. Oh, I'm sorry. Here comes the Ducks again into the Leaf zone. Here's a long shot. Wall went down, missed it, but it went wide. Back to the line, another shot. It's in front, it's bouncing around. Wall gonna snag that and hang on to it. Under 10 minutes to go. 9:54. They're gonna take another commercial break. Holy smokes, what a game. What a game, back and forth. In case you missed it, if you missed the beginning of the game, Max Domi opened the scoring with his 8th from Yarncroc and Lawton. Mitch Marner then picked up his 23rd of the year unassisted on a breakaway. Leo Carlson also scored in the second period, his 20th from Zellweger and Gauthier. In the third period, it was Colangelo with his 7th on the power play from Zegras and Lacombe. Leafs are still doing a great job in the faceoff circle at 60%. So 60%. They have not been able to capitalize on the power play today. Their power play actually has not looked good. 17 hits, though, for Toronto, only 5 for the Ducks. Ducks not known for their physicality, except for Gudas. 18 block shots for Toronto, 6 for the Ducks. But again, bad giveaway number. Toronto has 14 giveaways right now. With half the period left to go, 14 giveaways. The Ducks are up to 13 giveaways. So they're turning the puck over a lot as well. They just have to slow things down. They got to kind of ease things up. Nice passes, and we've talked about this before. When the Leafs get tired and they start scrambling, they start making quick passes, and they start making bad passes, and they turn over the puck a lot. They just got to slow things down, create some space, wait an extra second, a crisp pass. You don't have to make too many of them. Just slow it down, easy passes, and that will lead to some better opportunities. Toronto's blocks are bigger than Cambridge. Angela, yes, they are for sure. Lots of walking in Toronto. I'm impressed the Canadian. Yeah, Cartoons, great game. Their rematch is going to be on Tuesday night. We might pick up that game. I got to check and see where it's going to be. We might go live and pick up that rematch, Florida and Montreal. So I'm going to take a look at the schedule tomorrow morning and decide what our week next week is going to look like. It's light with only one Maple Leaf game on the board, so we're going to find some other games to look at. Florida's a bum. I can't even count on them. Yeah, they've been struggling lately, right? They've been struggling. I'd rather have, if you're a team, if you have your team, you want them to kind of struggle now, so that way they can turn it around and get it going into the playoffs, right? You want them to get hot going into the playoffs.
Conference finals. And there was cup winner here in Anaheim as well.
This coming around, Toronto starting to work it out of their own zone. Pass up, Domi kind of bobbled it, and Lawton took a little tumble there in the corner. Here come the Ducks, long pass into the Leaf zone. Tanev and McCabe going back for it. McCabe going to get it to Tanev. Back around, here's Lawton. Lawton can't get it. Ducks going to play this one down in the Leaf zone by the hash marks. Down low, Tanev up on his man. Offensive zone possession time. Ducks are up to 12.5 minutes. Maple Leafs are at 10.5. McCabe going to hang on to it. Under 9 minutes to go. Hitting that red line, going to dump it in. Holmberg is going in here after it. Holmberg and Lorenz on the forecheck doing a nice job. Lorenz comes away with it. Lorenz back to the point. Over to Benoit. He shoots. That hits a skate and goes wide. Battling here is Holmberg. Holmberg still carrying, working it behind the net. Can he use his feet? Kicks it over to Kampf. Kampf back to the line to Benoit. Benoit playing this one over. Taking a look is Kampf. Kampf. Here's a shot. They tip. They score. Steven Lorenz. Fourth line goal. Steven Lorenz, the shot from the point. Lolo is going to get the tip, and Lorenz is going to put it in. I don't know why I called him Lolo, but you know what? Sorry, Steven. That is sticking. Lolo is going to put this one in. A broken little play, a shot, and he's like standing on the goal line. And Lorenz is going to get just enough of this off the shaft of his stick to direct it over the shoulder of the goaltender. What a nice deflection. Oh, low, how much we love you. Steven Lorentz, his 7th from Kemp and Benny Benoit. That's awesome. That is awesome. A fourth line goal just injects the energy into you for sure. From Kemp and Benoit. Love it. Here they come again. They are back at it. Back to the line. Across. Riley sending it towards the net. Matthew Nyes trying for a tip. Nyes for the wraparound. He can't put that one in. Back to the line. Here's another shot, and this one is kicked out. Holy smokes. Nice stop now. Nice stop. Aaron, you got to stop with the fake news. We've warned you before. I'm not going to warn you again. Don't make me time you out. Don't make me give you a 10-minute major misconduct. Hey, Chuck, what's going on? Here comes Tanev. Tanev on the move. Going to give it over to McCabe. McCabe bringing this one in. Down in the corner for Tavares. Tavares taking a look. Nylander in there as well. Both of them digging behind the net. Nylander going to feed it in front. Ooh, that was close. Darce, what's going on? I am fantastic, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Tavares digging free. Ducks going to come. Here comes the Anaheim Ducks. 2-on-1. They shoot. Nice little defensive block there. Tanev is huge. Toronto going to flip this one out. McMahon trying to chip it in. He can't get it deep. They're going to turn and bring this back around the other way. Ducks back in. Look out. From the faceoff dot, they come across and the Ducks tip it just wide. Zegras with a great chance. Toronto going to pick this one up and flip it all the way down the ice. Anaheim back in their own zone, taking a look.
Down to 6.5 minutes left here in the third. Up ahead it goes.
Trying to bring this one around. Come on, Ducks. They kind of run into each other. Ekman Larson trying to dig this one free. And we got an injured Duck player just inside the line. Troy Terry is on all fours.
Being called on the play.
Terry's slow to get up. He's going to make his way off.
Ran into his own man, and that's
So it was a collision just at the line. You never like to see these kind of collisions where you have two players run into each other. We've seen so many injuries happen. McTavish was tying up McCabe. They very easily could have called an interference penalty there, but no dice. But holy smokes, did the Ducks come close. And this was just, it was Troy Terry runs right into Vetrano, kind of had his head down, and that hurts. You jam your neck, you give yourself a concussion, and Terry's going to go right down the tunnel. So he's going to go right to the bench. Unfortunate situation for a really good hockey player in Troy Terry. Here comes Benoit. He's going to flip this one up. Didn't the Blue Jays win a game? They did. Noah, they're 2-2 to start the season. Split seas with the Baltimore. Domi going to bring this one in. Going to send it low. 6 minutes to go. 6 minutes to go. If you're just coming in, welcome to the show. Glad to have you here along with us for the closing few minutes. I hope you'll consider subscribing and joining us down the stretch for more Leaf games and more action in general. Of course, we'll be here all playoffs long. Back to the line. Taking a little shake and bake there. Is Gudas going to send it in deep. Down in the corner, Ekman Larson going to come up with it. He's hooked from behind. Where's the call on Vetrano, ref? All the way down the ice. And that's going to be an icing call. How did they not call this? Ekman Larson pretty much was hog-tied, wrapped up, and tripped up. And Berube is just shaking his head, saying, come on. No calls coming the Leafs' way at all. Gotta make these calls, ref. Gotta make these calls. Yeah, Darcy's so dirty. So dirty. Here we go. Icing call. Back in the Toronto zone. Anaheim's going to win this. Back to the line. Yeah, William, they're looking good here in the last few minutes. I told you those fourth line goals, it's like a shot of adrenaline right to your legs. They're going to go off the boards, get this one out. Long pass, Lawton sending it around, and Toronto going to put this one down in the corner. Should be screaming, fire it up. Gotta teach him a lesson. Fourth line on here again. 5 minutes left to go. Here comes Anaheim. Anaheim taking a look. Back to the point with a shot. Wall got it off the blocker, and he's going to deflect that out of the zone. Ducks are back with it. I haven't heard an exact date, Monty, other than he should be ready to go for playoffs. I'm hoping he gets a game or two beforehand. But I haven't heard anything definitive yet on Pacioretty. Back to the line, intercepted. Ducks going to throw this one in. That should be an icing, and it is. Icing on Anaheim. Going to come all the way back down to the Ducks side of the ice. 4:34 to go. 3-2 Maple Leafs. Steven Lorentz with his 7th of the year on a beauty deflection gave the Leafs the lead. If you're finding us on a television, if you're watching us up on the big screen, make sure you take your phone, shoot that QR code down there in the corner. That will take you over to our YouTube main channel page. Then you can hit that subscribe, go back to watching it on your television. That way you'll never miss a stream or a video. We generally post the lineups midday when they're released. This shot is going to come out and go wide. When they put the projected lineups out around midday, we try to do a little video to release them. So we'll let you know who's going to be in, what the lineups are going to look like. They are subject to change, and they do. But something we have been doing lately. In the corner, Nyes, he's wheeling and dealing behind the net. Nyes going to come out in front. He's going to pass it across, tried to hit Matthews. That one doesn't connect. Marner's going to tee off on one. That one is deflected just wide. Here comes Anaheim back the other way. Killorn into the zone. Going to flip this one in the corner. Tanev reaching for it. It comes to Nyes. Nyes going to bank it off the boards. This coming out. Vi needs the under. Beverly's going for Vi. Thank you for the super chat, Beverly. Thank you so much. Going for Vi. Giving it for Vi. Vi needs the under. This coming around back to the line. Long shot is going to go down into the corner. Domi in there, cycling. Lacombe to the point. Ducks walking in. They go down low, trying to go for a deflection. Holy smokes. Cycling it back to the line. Anton got me on the big TV already. There you go. And you've already found your way into the chat. Appreciate it. Liz, what's going on? Welcome in. There you go. Liz with the updates as they go to commercial break. Thursday, March 27th. Undisclosed injury expected to be out until at least April 17th. There you go. We'll see. We'll see if that holds to be. But thank you, Liz. Liz coming in with the report. Love it. Let's see. What day is that? April 17th is the last game of the season. So April 17th is the game against the Red Wings. So we'll see if he makes his return that game or on the 15th against the Sabres. So it's going to be a close call. But again, thank you, Liz. Appreciate that very much. Are your boys Leaf fans as well? They are both Leaf fans. Yes, indeed. They're hockey fans in general. They both love the game. We're a huge hockey family. But yes, they are Leaf fans as well. All right, let's see. Can the Leafs hang on? The Ducks have been pressing. Ducks winning some faceoffs here. The Leafs are down to 59.3%, so the Ducks have won a couple of draws, and these draws are going to become more and more important. Leafs are going to need to work the puck. They're going to need to clear this out. We expect in about a minute or so for Anaheim to pull their goaltender. We will get a 6-on-5 situation. 3 minutes left. We got this. We got this. We're going to hang on. Playoffs begin on the 19th. Yeah, it's usually like right after, like 2 days. So they'll regroup. Don't forget, they're going to expand the rosters, so they got to get their extended rosters up. We're going to see who else is going to join the Leafs roster squad. Let's go, boys. Hold on to this lead. 2 games in a row. We got to hold it. We got to get things rolling. Got to keep getting those wins going. Coming back from commercial break. Lorentz, the hero right now. The heat is on. Off the draw, it's a scramble. Ducks going to come away with it. Toronto battling there at the half boards. Tanev can't get it. Comes to McCabe. McCabe's tying it up there at the end boards. Tanev in there digging. Still battling. Tavares in there trying to tie it up. Strome is in there. Strome looked like he had it. It's back underneath the Leaf player. Tavares still battling, and the Ducks going to get it around to the point. Little drop pass. Trying to come up. Gauthier can't get it. Strome in there as well. Going to come to Tavares. Look out. He has to play it quickly. Back to Tavares. McMahon is breaking, but McMahon, a little interference there. And this is going to be an icing call against Toronto. So it's going to come all the way back to the Maple Leafs side of the ice. But I like what they were doing. Good short passes and then a breakout pass. Good attempt there. Really good attempt. 2 minutes, 44 seconds remaining. So we got stuck with the third line on Bobby McMahon. He's kind of shaking his head, not happy with the officials there. 14 more likes for 150. If you haven't smashed that like here, smash it. Almost 300 people here. Hit that thumbs up for us. CNL, I'm going to take a look at the schedules tomorrow morning, see how they align. I'd like to. That was a lot of fun doing that Marley game on Friday. That was a lot of fun. Off the draw. Ducks going to win this. McTavish with the win. Here's Lacombe with a shot. That one's going to sail high. Empty net for the Ducks. Empty net, 6-on-5 situation. Down around behind the net. McTavish with it. Going to bank it in front. Lacombe putting this one across. Long shot. That one gets knocked down. Zegras sending it around. You got to watch Zegras. He is so creative with the puck. McTavish trying to get it. Leafs are hammering. They flip it up. That's touched with a high stick, ref. Thank you for blowing it down. That's how Matthew Nye's goal got called back earlier on. It was a high stick, and then he went on to score, and they called it back. Allie, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome to the party. Thanks for checking us out. 2:13 to go. 28-23. Anaheim leading in the shots. Toronto trying to hang on to it. So we got Marner, Matthews, and Nyes on the ice here. Ducks have pulled their goaltender, so it's an empty net situation. Off the draw, Ekman Larson playing it across. Leafs win the draw. They're going to chip it out, but it's in the neutral zone. Ducks going to pull it up. There's a little pick by Ekman Larson, and the Ducks. Strome going to throw it in the corner. Marner going to give it over to Carlo. Carlo having trouble behind the net. Back to Marner. Marner going to flip this one up. I don't think it's got the juice to go all the way down. It drops for Nyes. Nyes coming in. The goaltender back in net. The goaltender was back in the net. Wow. Nyes. I thought he was still out because it said empty net on the screen, but the goaltender was still in. That's weird. Nyes with a great chance. Here they come in front, tipping it just soon. Down in the corner, another shot. That one is blocked. Now it says empty net again for the Ducks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men. All right. 6-on-5. Empty net. 1:20 to go. Playing it around behind. Anaheim taking a look. Down low. It's loose. It's loose. Toronto got to jump on it. They can't. Back to Carlson. Carlson. Over to Lacombe to Carlson. Carlson in the middle of the ice shooting. And a glove save by Joseph Wall. Wall with a nice stop here. Matthew Nye still kind of shaking his head a little bit. Had a great breakout. A great rush. But a great stop here. Uh-oh. Whoop-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What happened to the feed? Don't do that. Holy smokes. That... Is it? Oh, we got thunderstorms outside right now. Thunderstorms outside. Just give me a few more minutes, technology. A few more minutes. Power. A few more minutes, please. Timeout called. The Ducks going for a timeout. So they're going to regroup, work out some plays, and they'll be right back at it. But Joey Wall, wow. Boy, did he stand up huge there. We need the Wall to keep going. We need the Wall to keep going. 1:06 to go. The clipboard is out. They're drawing up the plans. The Ducks know what they're doing. Y'all in the middle of a storm. I guess so. I guess so. I didn't notice anything was going on, but that's what they're telling me. All right, here we go. Second line coming up from Toronto. Tavares, Nylander. Oh, mix it up. So Nylander, Matthews, Tavares, McCabe, and Riley going to be the group here. So they're mixing it up a little bit. Got major fog downtown. Oh, wow. All right, storms, weather, universe. Give us 5 minutes. Let us finish this game. Off the draw. Nope. They're going to blow it. They're going to reset. 1:06 to go. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Tavares in. He's going to win this one back. Tanev fend on it. He regains it. Puts it weakly into the corner. Ducks going to get the puck. Out to McTavish with a shot. High off the shoulder. Tanev back in the corner. Trying to play it around. Toronto, help him. Get some help in there. Ducks, McTavish takes it away again. Toronto, Matthews going to rip around the boards. McTavish knocks that one down. And it's stolen by Tavares. To Nylander. Nylander around Zegras. Nylander with an empty net. He shoots. And it's blocked. Tavares. Tavares. He can't put it in. That would have extended his goal streak. Oh my goodness. Here come the Ducks. Tavares couldn't put it in the empty net. Anaheim shooting. That one is blocked behind wall. Tanev to Matthews. Give it to Tavares. Tavares. He has it. He can't get it towards the net. He bobbled it. Anaheim takes it back. They're going to bring this one in. Matthews steals again. He's going to shoot. And this is going to roll slowly. 10 seconds to go. Tavares' goal streak is going to come to an end. He had a couple of chances, couldn't pull the trigger. It's going to roll on wall. He plays it to the corner. 1 second. And Matthew Nyes shoots to the empty net as the horn goes. And the Maple Leafs hang on. The Leafs win. The Leafs win. If you've enjoyed our style of coverage, make sure you hit that subscribe. We want to see you back here for more hockey. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. What a game. Let's roll through your goal scorers in case you missed them. Max Domi gets his 8th from Yarncroc and Lawton. Marner, he picks up his 23rd. Leo Carlson, his 20th from Zellweger and Gauthier. Colangelo, his 7th on the power play from Zegras and Lacombe. And then Steven Lorentz with the game winner, his 7th from Kempf and Benoit. Absolutely incredible. Toronto, not a stellar game, but they hang on and pull out the W. Great job by Steven Lorentz as he throws his stick into the crowd to a young Leaf fan. That is awesome. Leafs end up 58% in the faceoff circle, 30 shots for the Ducks, 23 for the Maple Leafs. Toronto goes 0 for 2 on the power play. Ducks go 1 for 4. 20 hits for the Maple Leafs, 5 for the Ducks, 22 block shots for Toronto, 9 for the Ducks, 16 giveaways apiece. Not good there. Don't like to see so many giveaways. That just does not work well. Holy smokes, a heart stopper to say the least, Peter, but they put it away, and this one is done, thank goodness. Leafs get a couple of days off. They're going to go rest and recover. Florida coming up on Wednesday. Thanks you all so much for hanging out. This was a great game. Charlie, thank you very much. We'll see you later. Cottaging, take care. Raven, have a good night. Peter, Luna, see ya. George, thank you. I'll be sleeping for sure. Vi, I hope you won. I hope you got that under. Have fun, my friend. Morgan, Onyx, Beverly, Alexander, Ben, thank you all. We'll see you all later. Would like to sleep. Patoli, thank you. Take care. This has been a lot of fun. We look forward to doing more content for you. More hockey all the way. Let's keep it going. Leafs taking it home. Thank you for all of our mods. Mods, you guys crushed it as always. Appreciate you so very much. Thank you to everybody who pitched in with the super chats. Beverly, thank you so much. Lizard celebrating a chaniversary. Richard coming in with the dono as well. Thank you kindly. To everyone who found us for the first time and hit that like, hit that subscribe, or was just watching along, thanks for checking us out. I hope you enjoyed our style of coverage, and I'm sure we'll see you again real soon. From everybody here at the Sam Welby 12 Experience, it's time to say goodnight. I got to grab a snack, and these Leafs are rolling and rolling and rolling. More hockey coming up. Check the channel often. Good night, everybody. Take care. Sam Welby, I'm out. Good night, Liz, Onyx. See you later.